Hey everyone, welcome to Pop XP. And before the show starts, make sure to click that subscribe button and click the bell to get notifications when we go live and we upload awesome new content. And don't forget, if you can, make sure to share our stream on all your social media outlets. We appreciate it, and thanks for helping us grow the Pop XP channel. Oh, Billy! The gong.
The
It's time
gong.
for the gong show.
What's up, everybody? What's up, Dr. Blevins?
Not much, Billy. How are you doing?
Doing good. You get a haircut, Dr. B?
I may have gotten them all cut.
Oh, shit.
Weird.
Oh!
No. Hey, no respect.
Hey, look at this guy. He's got the jokes tonight, everybody. Mr. Blevins.
Hey, man, well, we're going to have a good time tonight. What I love about this is, you know, that we've already launched Indiegogo 10 days or 12 days ago, 13 days ago. I'm sorry. It's doing great. We are now currently over $106,000 on that. So we're now going back to, it's like going back to your first love, Scala.
It is.
Right? How we just learned about Kickstarter and, you know, we were wetting our noodle, and I was bothering one of our great guests here. We're going to bring on in a second, but just going to have a lot of fun tonight for an hour or so. We'll go about, I'm drinking some wine. I'm all nervous.
You're launching it live, right? On the show? You're going to hit that,
I'm going to call
go
Debbie.
button?
Debbie's watching. We'll call her and have her live. But why don't we introduce some of the members of Team She first, and then we'll get to our guests.
All right, here we go.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Your co-pilot, right? Your co-writer, the man that's putting the
he's
magic
the
in
writer
print.
now. He's the writer now.
He's the writer. He's
The
the writer.
word
He's the
wizard.
true
Word
brain on
wizard.
this one. Mr. Steven Perros.
Oh, look at
Oh,
that.
hello.
Oh, hey, Steve.
How very John Barrymore of you. Well done.
Hello, gentlemen. A pleasure to be here as always. Hello,
thank you,
Niall.
my
Long
friend.
time no see, sir. How are you?
Doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing sensationally, not as sensationally as Team Sensation Billy Tucci,
Nope.
but as sensationally as given the circumstances.
You know, we're
Indeed,
doing all
indeed.
right. Steve, I'm telling you, the script is fantastic. These extra pages that you wrote.
This guy's going places, Billy. I'm
Right now,
telling
we're
you.
at 60 pages for this. It's 64 pages, 60 pages of story and art. And by George, if we can make another $15,000, this book is going to be expanded to 72 pages.
72.
2 pages.
That's
And
my
it's
favorite
all-
number.
And it's all
Man.
going to fall on the shoulders of this next man, our esteemed editor, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. J.C. Vaughn.
Whoa.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Mr.
Gentlemen,
Hello, old bean. I just want to apologize. Debbie is sick.
No.
She's got a cold. She's got a bit of a cold. She's in bed all day, so she's going to be doing this remotely. But,
No,
but she's with us in spirit, everyone. Thank you. Well, the campaign hasn't started yet, Nicholas, so we don't know if it's going to be successful.
oh, give it a rest.
So-
Billy, just because Debbie, listen, I know, just because she said I'm sick of you is not the same thing as saying she's sick, Billy.
That's true.
So
I mean,
I think she should be well enough for at least Brian and I.
Well, she said
I
she had to
agree.
go to the stores and she had a bathrobe on, a big old heavy bathrobe. I mean, it's May. Big heavy.
I don't know if she would be able to get us all sick, Billy.
Well, I don't know. So she said, I'm going to go to this. I'm going to the doctor's and I'm going to the stores for a few hours. And she just left. But the weird thing, she was wearing pumps.
Did
You
she
don't
take
put
the
anything on
garbage
underneath.
out? Did she take the
Well,
garbage
anyway.
out, Billy?
Enough ballyhoo. Why don't we bring in the first man that I met in comics? Not really quite true, but he definitely was the first man out of the ring of the Professionals Royale Rumble. Ladies and gentlemen, little Andy Smith.
What is up? How's it
It's
going,
got to be
everybody?
little Andy Smith.
Do we have little Andy?
Little Andy.
Of course we
Oh, little
Oh,
Andy.
look at that. Look at little Andy. Will you look at that?
Look at
Wow. That does look like
It reminds me of those like the wrestling toys from the 80s.
the,
It's just like,
the LJN toys.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of wrestling, why don't we bring in someone who actually wrestled in high school?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know if we believe it, but I guess we can't. Who's going to say no to him? He lives far away. Ladies and gentlemen,
Exactly.
the one, the only, the bane of Batman's existence, Mr. Graham Nolan.
He actually lettered in wrestling.
He lettered in wrestling. Yeah,
Ooh.
they don't give letters in wrestling anymore in the jackets.
They
You
don't.
have your
Only
jacket
football
still?
gets letters in my town.
Oh
Believe
wow.
that? I'm like, that's BS. Anyway, so I'm glad you're here, Graham, joining us because you are launching a Kickstarter tomorrow
Yes,
for
sir.
giant-sized two-fisted manly tales tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern
Right.
time, 9 a.m. Pacific. And I brought someone on who I like to say that I'm the kid brother that he never wanted. Someone who I bother so much, but I owe so much to. And I'm just so glad he decided to join us for a quick spell. He's a very busy man, gentlemen, a very busy man. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I say the king of Kickstarter.
I think that's true.
I think so.
I definitely.
Mr. Brian Polito, what's up?
There it is.
Billy roped me in again. Here we go.
I batted my eyelashes and I asked him, and he's like, okay. Can you pick me up at the stores?
He was like,
me
Billy,
up,
that's
man.
the wrong PayPal email.
When I met Brian, I met him in New York City. I was a freshman in college. Brian was going to NYU, and I walked. I said, "Mister, could you buy me some beers?"
That's exactly what happened.
No, Steve. In '84, we graduated. The drinking age was still 18, right? Midway through it.
No, it had changed by then. It had changed.
No,
by then.
no, I think it changed by 88. I'm sorry, 86, 85, maybe end of 85.
No,
I
I
was
changed
lucky, it was
before that.
18 in Jersey.
Damn. Well, thank you for buying me the beers that time, man. Budweiser, Baby Buds. And you know who else would like to thank you, Brian?
Little Billy.
Little Billy.
There's Billy.
Hey.
Oh, there's
Little Billy Otucci.
There he is, little Billy.
I love the shit.
Wow, who makes
I
those
want
things
one
for
of
you
those.
guys?
I got to get one of those.
There's
I'm
a
glad I
you
didn't get
definitely
one.
do. Everyone needs one.
Yeah.
But
Oh, we got
mine's
a
bigger
super
than
chat, Billy.
Andy's. Andy's
So,
Well,
Billy,
5
don't
inches,
change
right?
the
Size
subject.
doesn't
We're
matter.
about to launch. How are you
Yeah.
feeling? What's going on in your mind? Let us know.
Yeah. I am nervous as heck.
Why?
I think because of that was so appreciative of how successful the Indiegogo's gone, and we've been planning for the Kickstarter to make an exclusive of it. And you get nervous about the approval thing. Graham was telling me because this is his first Indiegogo Kickstarter on his own, so he took a couple of days to get approved, as same as JC
week.
Vaughn, right? It took a few weeks.
Literally, I just signed on when I was checking on She, and finally am approved.
Oh,
How many
finally.
days did it take, JC?
I have a
How many days
Kickstarter
is it?
going May 11th. We submitted 5 working days ago. We still don't have approval, and we have fulfilled every kick. It's just
Holy
a
crap.
hair-raising thing that happens.
It's 8 days right now.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah,
And how long?
I wrote them, and they told me they wrote me back and said, they were sorry. They are backlogged with all of the but Billy got approved like within hours.
No, we got approved as soon as Debbie submitted it. As soon as Debbie submitted it, said your campaign's approved, ready for launch.
That's
I had
great.
that two campaigns
Instantaneously.
ago. 2 campaigns ago, I did it in the middle of the night, and it was like 4 minutes. Oh wow! And
Yeah.
now to this, now it's 8. Now up until this morning, it still said I'd know on April 27th.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, mine
Now,
too.
Brian, how many Kickstarters have you done since 2015? Maybe you started.
Since February 4th, 2015, I think we are about to launch our 29th.
Holy cow.
Oh,
And
And they're going to make Brian Polito. And now, if I dare, may I ask? And someone, if anyone wants to do the research, how much money has it grossed your campaigns?
our combined crowdfunding activity since that time is $6.7 million to date.
right on, man.
Wow. Yeah, I would.
And well deserved. But you got to think of it too: 29 campaigns,
Yeah.
and you guys have fulfilled every single one of them.
Yeah, I mean, we have a current one in play, but it'll be on time. Yeah, it's wild. It's crazy. Billy, I'm a lot like you and a lot of your fellow guests, just a hardworking person. That's where I come from. My dad, my mom's side, blue collar working people, put our head down, do the job, work, look up on occasion. That's rinse and repeat. I mean, if anyone's asking, and I know all you guys here know, but anybody out there in the internets, just work like you're dirt poor and no one owes you anything and everything. That's just a way to go. Work hard. Nobody owes you anything. Go, go, go.
Yeah, and the thing is we're all the same. We're all these, hard hat, lunch pail kids, from suburbia. Steve and I grew up, around the corner from each other. Mr. Perros was a house painter, right? Your dad did. He painted houses.
Yes, absolutely.
And then, but by perseverance and doing well in school, we've made, we've ended up going to college, ended up taking out student loans, paying our student loans, now going forward to follow our dreams of creating, comics or any other kind of creative content. As Steve's a screenwriter, very successful out in Hollywood. He's a producer, he's a director. It's really a wonderful, wonderful time. As Niall likes to say, it really is like the new golden age of creator-owned comics and be able to be a self-publisher.
The whole idea that we can be direct to the customer has been the real game changer. Probably like everyone else, Graham, etc. I grew up and offered my products through the comics market, and that remains to be a valid market. But I found for myself that there was just a lot more energy for my material if I could just go direct to the customer. And
Brian, don't you think that one of the things about comic book fans, and I know you're one because I see some of the posts you do about what you collect. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Exactly. All right. That there's something inherent in most of us that we want to be a part of something, and that this straight to consumer model, and this is no disregard to the retailers who find these great books,
right?
But there's energy to be had that's not quantifiable.
I think so. I think what we're all experiencing, not only in the domain of crowdfunding, but in these other ways of getting stuff to people, whether it be Substack or the Webtoon stuff. There's just so many different ways to skin a cat where there used to not be. And I guess people, ultimately, I think people want things the way they want it. We all want convenience. So as soon as people got over the idea that paying for shipping was a factor, the idea of just getting it directly from the creative people who are accountable seems to really make a difference.
I think Amazon paved the way for everybody because people started shopping in their underwear thanks to Amazon. And comics are the same way. I mean, once you've proven that you can deliver and you deliver a good product, that goes a long way in building your base and having them return to you. And that's what it's all about.
Yes.
Now, I have a question for.
Yeah, you know what? Now, real quick, why don't we go live? And then while we're live, maybe we could talk about all this stuff.
Yeah,
let's go live.
No, I mean, let's make the campaign go live.
Let's go live.
You have that power, Billy.
Oh,
I can't do that for you. I'm sorry, Billy. I can't.
All right, so I'm going to try to share the campaign.
Is it live right now?
Well, Debbie's. I'm going to ask Debbie. Let me call Debbie.
I'm going to read
now.
our super chat that we received.
Call Debbie.
Statistical 0. Thanks for the $10 super chat. Can't stay because I got to get some dinner and guest on a show. But good luck rooting for you and Debbie, Billy. God bless.
Thank you, Stats. I love you, buddy. And thank you for the super chat.
Guy.
What a nice guy.
Yeah.
Great supporter.
You're watching on Facebook. Yes, Debbie is watching on Facebook, and we want to thank everyone out there on Facebook. For some reason,
we're not
the
getting
Facebook posts do not. We can't see them on YouTube here or on StreamYard. For some reason, I'm not synced. My StreamYard is not synced with the Facebook page. I don't see those. But I want to thank all our friends and family that are watching out there. I want to thank our guests that we have, of course, Andy Smith, J.C. Vaughn, Stephen Perros, Graham Nolan, Mr. Brian Polito, of course, the Goat Boy, Dr. Blevins.
That's me.
And, of course, my partner in crime, Mr. Niall Scally.
So,
let's go live.
The Guile Niall.
Try to link to the actual Kickstarter.
Niall.
It's launched. So Debbie just launched it. So how do I find?
It's a go.
It's gold, Jerry.
We have liftoff.
All right, it's live. There you go. I see it right now.
I just got a notification on my old cell phone here.
Did you? All right. So maybe
I'm already looking at it.
Hey, Billy, who'd have thought, huh? Who'd have thought?
Not me.
Not me.
Not me.
We did.
Oh, there we go.
When you hit that live button, that's it. It just goes live. It doesn't do anything else. There's no bells or things you got to jump through.
Nope, that's it.
All right, that's hanging up. Francisca says she loves you, honey. I love her. She loves you too. Can you hear her?
What about the rest of us?
Say it. I love you too. Say it.
I I love you too, Francesca.
Francisco.
Oh my God.
You need some tea.
She said sorry,
some
Francisco.
honey.
All right, bye, honey. Love you. All right, so let's share it and see if we can how we do, and we'll talk. Because I have
you
some
just made the
questions for you. I
launch.
had a very interesting conversation with one of my American Legion, one of the men of the American Legion, that his grandson wants to make comics for a living. Oh, look at that, $888 or 2 backers. Wow.
2 backers. Wow.
Right. Thank you.
Damn.
And this was it. So getting back to that energy, if I may, though, that Brian was talking about.
Yep.
Brian, I want to add to that there's an incredible sense of positive energy that we are beholden to, that we embrace. We were always, the ones at the conventions, we were always laughing, right? We're always loud. Brian actually pulled a coup one year at the San Diego Comic-Con when the convention forced him out of his booth because the line was so big and made them go over to another area. And Brian led an army of people past not only my booths, but I believe Marvel's booth, DC booth. It had to be 500 people. And what were you guys singing? Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Probably singing like God Bless America or something crazy.
Nice.
It was like this anti-fascist revolt type of thing that the man was coming
it was
down.
really just a freedom of expression revolt, because we all have made our peace, but at the time we felt that we couldn't be, the folks over at San Diego were telling us to turn off our strobe lights, turn off our fog machine. We're like, wait, no, this is who we are. We have to. And they're like, you signed a contract. You can't have a fog machine going at San Diego. I'm like, no, we do. But we didn't understand. We were kids.
Yeah, but at the same time, Marvel's blasting music. They've got all their lights, their sirens. They have their editors throwing out trading cards, free trading cards, or like limited edition exclusive trading cards or comics into the crowd that you have people fighting in front of their booth, and that's okay.
Well, we were definitely at the time we were rebels, but now, Billy, we're Inkpot recipients, so now we're elder statesmen.
Yeah,
there you go.
Graham Nolan's an Inkpot recipient as well, aren't you, Graham?
Very nice,
Yes, sir. 2016, I think.
I love it.
Yeah, it took me a long time. Mine was 2018, 2019,
2019.
2019. I
It was
remember
right
walking
before,
in, and I was so shocked by it.
Who presented it to you?
Did Kevin East? No, Old Bean. There was a woman there. That one of the women from the convention.
Oh, okay.
Was there, and she did, and she pulled it out, and but then Kevin Eastman was there following us into the next thing, so I had took a picture of Kevin Eastman.
Kevin's a good guy.
You mean
my best
Kevin
friend,
Smith?
Kevin?
No, Kevin Eastman. I was on a panel with Kevin Smith too.
Oh.
Yeah. We had Denny O'Neill give us ours.
Wow,
That's
Oh,
cool.
nice.
That's awesome.
We got another super chat here, Billy. Charlie's London. Hey.
Oh, hello, Charlie.
Hey guys, good luck with the launch. You guys rock. So thankful to call you my comic friends. Can't stop long as it's 1 a.m. here. Getting so nervous myself. Charlie's London book 2 launches Sunday.
Oh boy!
Oh, it's gonna be
How
awesome.
amazing was her first book? Incredible.
Yeah,
So
fantastic.
Brian, Charlie's London is she's a teacher in London, and she grew up in the same neighborhood that Charlie Chaplin grew up in.
Yes.
Oh, neat.
Huge Charlie Chaplin fan. She decides she's going to make Randy House is called. Randy, I can't talk right now, for God's sake.
Oh, Randy.
Randy, hang on.
Where's his manners?
Who's dead? I'm live right now. Can't you see I'm live? Look, Randy.
Hey, Randy.
What's up?
Am I on the TV? He's we just launched our Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, Christy.
Caribbean Ocean.
Oh, geez. All right. Well, I gotta go. Enjoy yourself.
Caribbean Ocean.
Staying at the same hotel as you, buddy.
Oh, perfect. We'll see you in San Diego, bro.
All right, love you, pal.
Love you too. I'll talk to you before that.
Peace, bud.
Bye. You get those
Sharing out
calls
your
and right the
campaign,
first
Billy.
thing you said, and Steve Perros put that in.
Thank you, Brian.
In the new Sakura script. The phone rings at 2:30 in the morning, and a woman picks up and she says, "Who's dead?"
45-24 already, Billy.
Anyway, so all right, wow, geez, we're almost halfway to our goal. Thank you, guys. I wanted to talk about The hell, I just made me lose my damn
Can I
train of
ask a
thought.
question, Billy?
Yes, I'm sorry. Now, please.
So I'm curious, 'cause, with Brian's success with, all of his campaigns, 29 campaigns, we see all these amazing creators like yourselves doing these, 6-figure plus campaigns, but you don't see it in the news or the media. Are you getting coverage, Brian?
No, and that's okay. Years ago, I used to send out press releases, and I actually don't bother doing it. I didn't get pickups probably for reasons I really don't know. So I just we don't put that effort. We kind of looked at the effort it took to do that, to make the press release, to send it out, and we just redirect that effort direct to our customer. I do get the private attaboys and a lot of acknowledgement from peers and captains of industry, usually privately. But I don't really, and I also don't have a beef about it because I kind of get the game. The common comic book industry is definitely a club, and I'm not part of the club, and I get it. That's okay. So I just made my own club.
There you
I like
go.
that. There you go.
Over halfway, Billy.
Oh, that's great. And we're allowed to play in your club with you. Your clubhouse.
That's right. Make
But
our
I
own
do,
club.
I feel like the media has to change because when I did my first Kickstarter and did my research, they basically, I read somewhere a quote to the extent of if a publisher is defined as an organization that helps fund the publication of the written word and deliver it to the audience, then Kickstarter is technically the 7th largest publisher in the world. And so they are real, we are real. And while, of course, the most important thing is the work and getting it to the fans, the media becomes the historical record. And, we need to I don't understand why, I'm sure all of you guys have been aggressive. I was aggressive with my first one because I didn't know that they were anti-crowdfunding, but I was just really annoying. And so I got some coverage on it, but I think it's ridiculous that it's so hard and that they're in the pocket of these bigger publishers when clearly it should be about, my God, this work is getting attention, has an audience. These numbers of how it was funded by Kickstarter and Indiegogo proves there's a readership. So it's a win-win for them to cover it. Some sort of sense that it's illegitimate. It's like saying you can't cover a John Cassavetes film when they came out because, that's not a real movie.
I would suggest that they're irrelevant. Because nobody increases sales from stories that appear in these news sites. You can reach more people tonight on this YouTube show than you ever will anybody who's reading that. I'm of the mind that they're sort of irrelevant, and it doesn't matter whether they cover you or not, because it's really up to you as the publisher and your creator to get the word out and to reach your audience. It might not be a broad audience, but you don't need a broad audience. You need a rabid, faithful audience.
But Graham, hasn't that been true for quite a while? I mean, if we go back to Billy's Sergeant Rock Lock Battalion, every bit of the traction that got, and it did do well with getting some awards and nominations and things like that. Every bit of that was Billy. That wasn't DC.
Of course not. Well, they'll give you 5 minutes. They'll they launch whatever it is that they consider their advertising package, and then that's it. Then they're moving on to the next thing, and your product is left to die on its own or build momentum on its own if you don't do it yourself.
Yeah, but what's strange though is that they do cover books, and there was another YouTube show about it. Shane Davis did this, Brian, and talked about you, and that you have like a successful campaign. Like Brian has published 29 projects, fulfilled them all in the past 5 years, making over $6 million. But they will refuse to cover Brian. But they will cover. They'll like some of these mainstream like The Beat or something like that. They'll cover Bleeding Cool, whatever. They'll cover a campaign, and the campaign has they've raised $600 only, and that kind of hurts crowdfunding in a way because if you make an article, check out this new campaign, then someone goes to it and sees that it's only has 10 backers. It's been going on for 20 days. It's made $400, $600. It hasn't even approached it hasn't even made its $1,000 goal yet. Then I'm like, well, if no one else is buying, I'm not going to buy this. And I think that's almost a way to hurt crowdfunding in a way.
No, I think it's just I think they were just more aggressive. I just think it means they were more aggressive in badgering the news source, because Marvel, DC, all of them, they have a major press firms and so forth who they're already familiar with. Their stuff instantly is like funneled right onto the site. So the little guy, or rather the independent guy, Brian proves it's not little. It's the independent is still doing well.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Oh, here we go. We got even more.
One of the things I don't understand is like when it comes down.
He's new to comics, guys. Be nice to him.
No, yeah. What's comics about?
My best friend.
That's right. Put Blevins next to Jimmy. Hang on.
There you go.
But what I don't understand is like most of these news outlets and stuff, like they will give multiple time on multiple stations for like YouTube videos that have gone viral, like somebody tripping and falling and catching all their drinks or whatever without falling, like just these random videos that are moments. But like some of these that stand the test of time and are continuing to go, kind of like the 29 Kickstarters that have been approved get nothing. They're not equivalent. I don't understand why though.
Well, look, there's a lot of culture that's not covered by mainstream media. You could look at, for example, I happen to like a lot of different types of music. It'll never be covered. Whole swaths of genres will never be covered until there's some sort of critical mass. So that could be, heavy metal, hard rock, classic metal, psychedelic rock and roll. There's just a multitude. And I guess my calculation personally was I could put an effort towards that, or I could just continue to take my effort to make my customers satisfied.
Yeah. Brian's absolutely right. We're in a situation where it's not a meritocracy. And if we're going to sit around and wait for it to be a meritocracy, we'll be waiting a while. It's Amanda.
Spicy. Just got spicy in here.
Oh, yes.
Hello,
Amanda.
Yeah, for example, I mean, our last Kickstarter, what it generated, and this is I don't like to say it this way, but we generated $532,000. Now that's probably comparable to some of the top selling comic books of a given year, but there won't be a comparable. It won't be looked at that way, but it is. But again, I just put my effort towards the next project. That's it.
But are there any Spider-Man selling anywhere near that for a single issue? Superman? They're not, right, Jeff?
No. Absolutely not.
Well, you have like the #1 selling book in the country. Dollar-wise, right? If you go with the dollar, with the dollar-wise thing.
They don't want to look. They don't want to acknowledge it because the whole system will fall apart. Yeah. I mean, they don't want to acknowledge it. They look at us. They look the other way. They don't look at the any of the crowdfunding stuff because it. Part of them is that they're owned by stockholders. They're not owned by individuals, right? Mm-hmm. So the minute you're going to tell your stockholders, hey, some single guy over there raised $500,000, they're going to ask why a company that hired 400 people can't sell a book at the same time, and then everything falls apart, right? So they'll do everything they can to not look this way.
Yeah.
And, on some level, we're spared a little bit because we don't really want to have them too much in our space either. So I think in a way, we can pick on them all we want, but we don't really need them. And
absolutely.
At the end of the day, they spend every dollar they have making sure the characters are the most important things, not the creators. So their investment is in characters. Our investment is in creators. And that's the difference between what we're doing and what they do.
Amen, brother.
I want to ask you guys, and a lot of you guys are pros here. You've been doing this for a long time. Jimmy and Amanda, you guys have worked great success for the mainstream. Brian and I have worked for the mainstream. Of course, Graham and Andy, big time. One of my fellow Legionnaires, he's an older man. He asked me that he wants his grandson wants me to talk to his grandson, who's 18 years old. He's a senior or 17, wants to go to college for art because he wants to be a comic book artist. He wants to draw Spider-Man. Now, I feel, Amanda, like it's 1996 all over again. You know, I'm at that point that I really don't care about the mainstream books anymore. I don't care about the publishers. I love doing our own thing. I love hanging out with you guys. We have a lot of fun together. We're doing whatever content we want. Like, as Brian, we're like outlaws, in a way. But there was a series. He goes, well, how much money do you think he can make? And that's a thing. And I want to propose a question to you guys there, the pros. Do you think someone now, Jimmy and Amanda level is a lot different. Jimmy Amanda, Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, those guys are at that upper tier. But that's a very small club, But do you think someone could make a living today and raise a family working for Marvel and DC?
Oh, you can make hundreds of dollars.
Yes.
I think if you have wealthy parents, sure. Look, I mean, you can be on the top selling book and make a good living, but there's no job security, right? So you'll make a good living for a year and a half. I mean, Graham understands this, Andy understands it, a whole bunch of guys here. We understand that it's like you'll have this zone you'll be in where you'll make a lot of money, but you'll also remember that time as not getting sleep, working 7 days a week, losing 4 years of your life, stressing about everything. And if you're in a relationship, that's even tougher. And, so it's not going to be a good time because you're talking about they want a book a month. And when we were doing Harley, we were actually writing 3 to 4 books a month, which nobody ever should do. Okay, it's a terrible thing to do. You shouldn't do it.
Unless you're Chuck Dixon.
Unless you're Chuck Dixon. Chuck has his son doing it with him, I think. But honestly, it's like, sure, you can make a good living for that year or two you're doing it. But let's be honest, outside of that, I always looked as mainstream as, at first I was like, I want to do it because again, this is me coming into it in the 80s, end of the 80s, is I want to work on these characters. But once I got that out of my system, I was like, okay, I want to do my own characters. And it just so happened that I also was, at the time, I was just an inker on books. So I was like, okay, how do I make my name in this business? Because if I'm going to be in this business for a while and I don't make a name for myself, I'm just going to be another guy that people look at and mispronounce my name constantly. So I spent a lot of time making sure that, okay, it's not only one job we should be doing like all the jobs, and I should learn everything. And Amanda the same way, Amanda does lettering and coloring and everything. So the kid wants to draw Spider-Man. I think he should draw Spider-Man, but understand after a year or two, he's probably, going to want to move on to something else. I don't think anybody that does comics just wants to say, I want to do Spider-Man my whole life, because once you do it and get it out of your system, you're always looking for something else. And I think, a guy like Neil Adams, let's talk about Neil.
Yeah.
He's the guy that came into DC and made their characters cool because Marvel was destroying DC. But Neil still went and did his own books, and he started his own company. He knew that he was limited, and he started an advertising agency. As a matter of fact, Amanda's dad was a big time art director, and Neil and him used to work together. Little known fact. But Neil understood the limitations of the business, and you need to do something else. So did guys like Will Eisner and Joe Kubert, and all the people I idolized. Pretty much are the guys that walked away from the mainstream stuff, made a name in mainstream, which is a good thing to do. But then they walked away and did their own thing.
There were smart businessmen too, those guys, which is a rarity in our business. A lot of artists, focus on the ethereal stuff. And they don't think of the real world and the business ends. And that's just as important. And in fact, Amanda and Andy will testify, because we all went to the Kubert School together, that Joe pushed that. Mm-hmm. We took business courses, to learn the business of comics too. And that's important.
Yeah, in third year at the Kubert School, there's a course just for business stuff that came down to not tons of tax stuff, but about write-offs. And, when you get paid as a freelancer, you don't get taxes taken out. So it was, if you can do it, take a third out, put it away. So when tax time comes, you're not screwed. You can pay your taxes. And, you know, getting to that, the kid that wants to draw Spider-Man, like Jimmy said, you know, we all had to get that out of our system, and we did, but you need to go into it with that future plan of 4 or 5 years from now, what do I want to do? And, you know, you need to work towards that. So if, you know, when you're in your early 20s, you can make that page rate and, you know, probably not do too bad if you're doing pencil and inks, which a lot of guys are doing these days.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
but you will get to a point where you're like, man, I want to do something else. So you have to plan for that and budget accordingly for the future.
Yeah, and learn all those skills. You know,
yeah.
You know, it's one thing if you go in as an artist or a penciler or as an inker or even a letterer. You know, I mean, Adam Cupid started as a letterer.
Yep.
You know, but you know, I push learn writing. That's the key. You know, learn the discipline of writing, and then work on the other stuff.
Billy, your young friend, he wants to go to school first, and then like, I mean,
It just asked me. I don't think the kid even reads comics. He likes manga, but you know, but now he says he wants to. He's a real manga kid. You know, anime.
he knows how to draw, right?
Yeah, he loves to draw. So yeah, have him talk to me. I'll sit down with him.
Yeah.
You know,
Billy, he can ghost for you.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, I just, you know, the way, like, you know, college costs nowadays versus drawing books, you know, drawing comics and then trying to pay back, you know, your college loans.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to pay them back anymore.
We need to go back to the days of like apprenticeships, you know, where you
Well,
just
not
go
only
in
that,
and you work
honestly,
under the
depending on
skills.
how well the person is at teaching themselves. With YouTube, you can YouTube anything, how to draw figures. I mean, look at Dave Finch's channel. You could just watch Dave Finch's channel if you're that 18-year-old kid and just draw right alongside of it and stuff. Now, you're not going to have that feedback from somebody, which is important.
Yeah.
But you never know if you try to spark a relationship with somebody online, you know, you might be able to spark something like that to get some back and forth.
Yeah.
And your textbooks are right here. Everything you need to know is right there. Open it up and deconstruct the work.
Yeah, but even, not for nothing though. If you look at like some community colleges, at least I know here in Connecticut, like Manchester Community College, their focus is arts, and they actually have some really great art programs that aren't as expensive, right? Mm-hmm. And you can take those classes, and they're taught by the instructors, professors, and all that stuff that are at the big universities. You know, there's Yale instructors there. There's, you know, Central, UConn, all that stuff. So if you actually kind of, I want to say, shop around in today's education market, you know, don't discourage yourself from looking at the community colleges as well.
Yeah, I just wonder if the jobs are there, you know, from the big two, because that's who they want to work for.
No, it's, look, I mean, crowdfunding is, you know, we're going to see a lot of more people get into it. I mean, let's be honest, Billy, if in 1995 we had this, you know, where would our careers be right now? It'd be a completely different place.
Yep.
Right.
You know, we used to have to hustle for every stupid piece of press and Wizard and the comic book buyer's guide. And Jason, how many magazines there were? 3 comic magazines?
Yeah.
Hero, Illustrated, Wizard, and Overstreet's Fan.
Right. No internet.
Amazing Heroes.
No anything. Yeah. So
Hero magazine lasted a few issues.
Combo magazine, huh?
Oh, Combo.
Combo.
Ian.
Once I interviewed Billy, Combo magazine folded right after. That was the end. They canceled the magazine.
Matt Yackey says all the new talent comes from overseas.
Well, Brian, it's because Billy is often known as the kiss of she.
All right, well, let's go through. Brian, I don't know if you have a pre-launch page. If you do, set up.
I'm waiting to get approved.
Oh,
oh boy. Let's talk about you, man. You're $600 away from gold.
Oh my God.
400.
Well, let's go through the
400 now.
campaign.
So look, any one of the people who are watching, I request right now, put that kid over. Let's get $290. Put Billy Tucci over. Let's get this funded in the next minute. You know you have it. Do an add-on. Let's go.
Yeah, $10.
It'll happen.
I want you to put him over the top in the next 3 minutes, please.
And then we'll be only $5,000 away from expanding the book to 72 pages.
Let's do it.
Nice.
Come on, everybody.
Billy, how much money is needed to make the book 3,000 pages? What are we talking about?
21,372.
$1 million.
So let's go through the campaign, and then I'd like to introduce you guys. Amanda, Jimmy, I don't know if you know my buddy Steve. Steve's the writer.
Here we go.
Steve's a Hollywood big shot.
Yeah. I've met Steve before.
Steve is my friend from 7th grade. We met the first day of school in 7th grade. In the lunchroom.
Is that the last grade you got to, Billy? That was it. 7. That was it.
That was it. Yeah. We and then
it was
and so Steve and I was spitballing story ideas from Return of the Warrior 3 years ago with Steve, and he would just ask me such great questions about it. Really challenged me, and I'm like, wow, that's better. That's even better. That's better. And then I finally called him after we hung up. I guess you were in LA. I'm in New York. We're having a bourbon and a cigar. And then we hang up. I'm like, thank you for your help. He's like, no problem, blah, blah, blah. I called you what? How much long?
I feel like it was like maybe 40 minutes later.
And I'm like, do you want to write this with me? And he graciously accepted. And then I had such confidence in his skills. He just got the character. He is a student of comics himself. So, and then he's been the writer. We plot it together, of course, story by us. But Steve's been scripting both Shihikyo and now Sakura. So, Steve, I'm going to scroll through it for a bit. If you want to give a little gist of what the book is about.
I mean, essentially, the 3 books are almost they're not quite in real time, but they almost should feel like it. They just flow. One of the great, I've always been a fan of comics, but I'm a fan and student first of film. And so this was an exciting new arena for me to tackle, which I had tackled on my own graphic novel, Stoker and Wells. So when coming into this, one of the great compliments I got from Billy's fans was, what we really like about it is there's so much story. It's so much story. Because sometimes on occasion they're used to set pieces and not necessarily enough story. And so, wow, it's awesome. So Billy and I kind of we plotted this story out. Billy had the great and bold idea, to say Anna Ishikawa. I'm not just going to pick up a day later. I'm going to pick up as if 15 years passed. I just posted on Facebook today. Everyone's giving Michelle Yeoh props and this new movie props for having a middle-aged female Asian kick-ass hero. And I'm like, Billy Tucci did that 2-3 years ago.
Yes.
With Anna Ishikawa. And so it was a really bold move.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. All right. We're funded.
Sorry, Steve. Hang on.
Hey, funded a little while ago, bro. You made it.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Let me
This is
go
great.
check. Thank you, everyone. Drink, guys. Drink with me. Anyone have a drink?
I got a
Thanks,
drink.
Brian. Thank you, guys. Salute. Thank you all. Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Let's make this book 72 pages.
So the story picks up 15 years later, and Anna is, as we began in Return of the Warrior, Anna Ishikawa, she's a mother of a 15-year-old. She has put her alter ego, she, behind her, and what the impetus of this story, what sets this trilogy in motion, for those who've read Return of the Warrior, is that Arashi, her nemesis, has escaped from the Institution for the Criminally Insane, and from there a saga begins that involves people who are not who you think they are, including Arashi's psychiatrist overseer, who has become almost, in fact, more obsessed with Anna than Arashi has. It turns into a kidnapping story. It turns into a teenage adolescent story of a teenage girl coming into her rage and exercising it and being in touch with who her mother was. So she's embracing it while Anna is suppressing it. It has to do with the 96-year-old Yoshitora, the grandfather. And it's all just moves forward from one cliffhanger to the next. Each story, each book, I feel is a satisfying book, but it makes you want the next book. So while this third book kind of concludes this Return of the Warrior trilogy, it does not say Anna's story is over and she will now go to bed now. It says now is the next saga. So I'm so thrilled that Billy, was willing to, it's interesting. They say never work with your friends. And Billy and I have been friends since 7th grade. The only time we worked together was when Billy came out here and he and I pitched a movie. And we got on great. We were going to co-write it. We tag teamed in the pitch. But boy, did Billy not like the process. And I agree with him that the process was miserable. But we had a good time. And when Billy asked me to do this, one of the things, because for those who only know Billy from these shows and see Billy as this kind of Peter Pan character, I got to tell you, Billy is on his game. Billy knows what everybody is doing at every second, at every component part. His communications are short, clear, encouraging. And when here I am stepping into his to work on this character who is over 2 decades old, and I'm like, is he going to be nitpicking me about everything? He was just like, yeah, that works. Yeah, that works. He'd only step in if something didn't, or he really had a different suggestion, but he let me roll with it. So I've got to tell you this, of all the different experiences I've had creatively working with collaborators in film, TV, theater, this has been truly an absolutely pleasurable experience. Book 1, 2, all the way to 3. And I'm just, I think this third story, all of these books are different. We kept trying to say what's next, not just repeat the last one. Billy's art just pops. I as a storyteller, I think part of it is that I know only so much about She. I love Billy, and of course I followed She, but I'm not a religious follower of She. So I just said, hey, what about this kind of sequence, which you've never had in 25 years? It's like, all right, I'll do that.
Yeah, a dance battle. Dance battle happening.
Steve has Anna getting her head dunked into a Long Island Railroad train toilet bowl.
Oh, come on.
That's
terrible. My goodness. My God.
Well, this was inspired by 2 James Bond fights. The one that both Connery, fighting with Robert Shaw from Russia with Love in that compartment. And also in the elevator, and you only live twice. That's just a whole fight in just an elevator.
That was from Russia with Love.
That was also from Russia with Love. Okay, so I said, Billy, let's have Anna fight in a very contained space. Yeah. And Billy's his work is just awesome. It's like 3 pages of this, 3-4 pages, and it's just
Brian
awesome.
Brian Miller's fantastic colors, Gardnio's finishes. Right. It's just I'm so proud of it.
Yeah. And Steve, last time you had She in a car chase.
Yes, we have She in a car chase.
in a Toyota Corolla. What is her car she drives?
A Chevy Traverse.
Chevy Traverse.
Yeah. So and Steve is like, well, I'm thinking of going 54 pages with it. I'm like, go 56 pages. Go 60 pages. Why not? Let's make this great.
Now, it's funny. Billy's like, you're the only writer I know who questions going longer, because I'm used to screenwriting and economy, and as opposed to, I get paid by the page. Just say yes every time he wants to add a page. I'm like, are you sure, Billy? He's like, what are you, crazy? Just say yes.
Yeah, because that's what's so great about this. Again, and I love how Graham, you're relatively new to this. Andy, you too. That we have this freedom now, right? That we've always had. Brian, Jimmy, Amanda. That shit, we do what we want.
Oh yeah.
I would have loved 10 extra pages on those Jonah Hex issues. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Billy, how do you answer this question from Thank You, Frankie?
I'm a new reader. Where should I start reading She? Please.
In the bathroom. I think read it in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Always. Read it in the bathroom. That's a fun place to start.
I mean, absolutely, they should get the omnibus.
Yeah, I think the omnibus. The omnibus is 500 pages. It includes Jimmy Palmiotti's and Amanda Connor's Tomoe miniseries. Amanda will get them to you. We're almost done with fulfillment, so we'll get you your books, I promise. And I gotta, if I may, I have a little something here. Here it is. This is the omnibus, and I want to read something if I can. Here it is. It's big. It's
so Billy, for the uninitiated, tell everyone what is in that book.
Can you tell someone with that book?
There's a signature by me. No, but this is the first the entire She Way of the Warrior saga, the first 12 issues of She, plus Amanda and Jimmy's Tomoe with Dan Mishkin, Tomoe 3-issue miniseries, plus a 48-page She versus Tomoe special. And it was such a joy to find these pages, to find the old files. I was able to scan my originals next to the pages to show it. I have Amanda's this great sequence. If you remember this, Amanda from Tomo Net Zero.
I do remember.
And I even have Amanda's still, and I gave them to you when I found them, when I went searching. I have Amanda's amazingly gorgeous cover roughs and concepts.
And
I don't know. I'm looking at this now, like, why don't we use this one? But there's a lot of great stuff in it, and I want to read something, if I may. I talk about how I got here, and there's one little blurb, if I may, and this is directed to our pal Brian Polito. And give me a second. It's been a long time. Sony Discman. Okay, here we go. All right, so I said the problem was no one was interested in me. From the big two all the way down to the smallest of publishers, they all turned me down. Every single one of them. This is when I went to the San Diego Comic-Con in 1993 looking for work. And then I say, they all turned me down, every single one of them. Well, not quite. And I said, you see, that there was one very inspiring and gregarious young gentleman from New Jersey sitting at his 6-foot table in the small press section. I'd never met Brian Polito before. I get choked up reading this stuff. Hang on. Or heard of his creations. I apologize, Brian. I just didn't know about Evil Ernie at this time. But his setup, like Brian himself, was very impressive. But that's not what set Brian apart from all the other comic creators, publishers, and editors I had met during that weekend. Brian actually spoke to me like a human being. Though he had just started out in comics a few years earlier himself. And Brian, I'll get you this book. And was set to hit the big time. And this is when this is summer 93, right? So right before Lady Death came out. Brian found the time to look over my portfolio and give pointers. And then amid much conversation about our shared experiences living in New York City, graciously offered me a pinup, one that eventually found its way into the original Lady Death swimsuit issue. And I go on and I just say how, this was fantastic, and how you inspired me, Brian. And that's why I invited you on, because I wanted you to know that.
Thank you, man. Well, dude, I know, I love you.
But I don't think I would know any of you without Brian, you being, I was really discouraged. I wasn't going to let me down. Nothing was going to get me down. I was going to keep, going like we talked about this, Brian. There was no plan B, right? So we're going to do this. Come hell or high water, we're going to do this, and we're going to do it our way. And then when I got on the plane, I was sitting there and I looked at the portfolio and I was thinking about you, and I bought an Evil Ernie book from you, and you made this book yourself, with Steven and with Jason, and was there too. Jason and Steven were there. And I said, damn it, frig them. I'm going to do this myself.
That's awesome.
I had no idea how to make a comic. I didn't know where comic books came from. I didn't know where they got printed. I didn't know anything about color separations. I didn't know anything about film. I didn't know how word balloons were made. I didn't know any of this. But then but you inspired me. And then I just started hitting comic book stores, to ask them the questions like, where did they get their books from? Oh, and then he would show me one of the retailers showed me the Previews magazine. Well, we ordered from this catalog. Oh, what the hell is this? This is where you get your comics from. And then I started researching, went to the library, learned about book publishing. And I just want to thank right now, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, man.
But I also want to thank Marvel and DC for never hiring me, for turning me down, because then I was able to go on my own. This is the first of 5 omnibuses we have planned.
Wow.
Because, right, we published 70 issues of She. Wow. You know,
Man.
right? In a decade,
Really?
they're not bad for doing them every other month or so. You know, that first year, I think we put out 3. You know, but I just want to thank you, and this is for those. We get a lot of people out there that watch the show that love comics and they want to get into publishing their own books and all. And I got to tell you, be like Brian Polito, make your own books, because the rewards are you'll never work as hard as in your life, but you will. But the rewards are immeasurable, and but also aside from working for Marvel and DC, because when I was working for DC or doing Marvel stuff, every vacation I went on, which was once every 2 years or so, I had to bring my pages with me. And I had to bring a board and a light box, and I had to work. So I remember sitting out there in Florida or something. Debbie's out by the pool with the kids or wherever we went. And I'm sitting up in my room drawing because you had to get this done. Now, Graham Nolan sends a picture the other day of himself. I don't know if it was Sunday afternoon or Friday afternoon, and you were smoking a stogie and having a drink, and you're like, this is what being your own boss. I'm taking off today, right?
You know what, Billy? You know, things haven't changed much for you because you were on vacation recently in Mexico and you had your art board and you flew into the pool.
Yeah, I flew in the pool. That's right.
Yeah. So, not much has changed.
Yeah, that's Mendoza. Mine. So, but anyway, let's get back to the campaign. What is that?
Billy, we got Dan Mendoza in the chat.
Dan, what's up,
Growing
bro?
up on Polito and Tucci helped me not to give a damn about the big 2. He's got to keep
Billy
the name
Tucci,
going too, right?
I just want a chance to respond, and I want to say thank you so much for your friendship. One thing I love about you, I love about Jimmy, Amanda, because we go way back, is you wear your heart on your sleeve. And it's something I've always loved and adored about you. And I just see your humanity in everything that you do. And you're such a sharing person. And, you know, your triumphs and your trials, you could see them, but you're an aspirational person. So you are sort of a person after my own heart. So thank you for saying that. I know that we connected instantly the way I connected with Jimmy back in the day. I mean, these are friendships that have lasted the test of decades. And somehow we all managed to land on our feet. But it's no surprise that you're here now, Billy, because of your fortitude and your willingness to just always stay in the game. So to you and your team, currently, I want to wish you the best on this campaign. Thank you for the acknowledgement. It means a lot to me. I still actually have the sample pages I did back in the day. I do. And I want to let you know here and now that I've actually identified and found a black and white of that original image that you did, and I have colored it, and with your permission, I want to bring it back, and we're going to publish it again at San Diego Comic-Con 2022.
Nice.
Wow. Oh,
nice.
Wow. That'd be awesome.
Let's do it.
And then I did a cover for Brian for La Muerta. If you want to give a little blurb on that, that's launching May 11th.
That's true. So look, I'm going to admit to all of you boys and girls here that at the Polito household, it's Taco Tuesday. So I'm going to say a couple of things and then I'm going to disappear. But it's true. The one and only teen sensation, Mr. Billy Touche, has done our legend tier for our upcoming 8th chapter of La Muerta, which, if the Kickstarter gods shine upon us, will launch Wednesday, May 11th. And Billy Touche, along with the wonderful Brian Miller of Hi-Fi, did a knockout image. Now, here's the thing. This edition is limited to 50 copies. Why I would do something like that, I don't know. I need
evil. You're evil.
I am the father of evil. So, in any event, it's all that's true. So, I just want to say that you guys have been great. I always appreciate everyone's camaraderie. You know, what we do is strange, and the inner mechanisms are a mystery to people on the outside. And as I look to everyone here, you know, looking at Graham, Billy, Amanda, Jimmy, Andy, and you young guns, there people are like standing the test of time, 3 decades in this strange and arcane profession. So I don't know if, you know, you should say you guys are crazy or you guys are phenomenal, but maybe it's All of it's true.
It's phenomenally crazy.
We all got to be a little crazy. Well, thank you, Brian, for joining us. I said, come on for 10 minutes. And we've been here for 45 minutes or so.
Give your wife a hug for us.
Yes.
Teen Sensation, it's Taco Tuesday. Talk to everybody sooner rather than later.
See you later, brother.
Take it easy, Brian.
Bye, Brian. Thank you.
Take care, everybody.
Bye, Brian.
All right, now, Amanda, if I may. So what do you think of that Teen Sensation, huh?
I don't know where that was going.
Teen Sensation, Billy Tucci. Come on.
You've always been Teen Sensation, Billy.
Thank you.
No, he's been Rooster Boy too.
Oh,
yeah, Rooster Boy. I think San Diego, I'll be Rooster Boy again. I'll get. Debbie says, "Why don't you put mousse or gel in your hair anymore?" I'm like, they still make that. So I think I'll start doing it and start getting my hair. Especially I got to hang out with Peros. Look at the locks on Peros here. I'm hanging out with Peros.
Those Uncle Jesse locks.
Come on.
Well, you know,
hair is overrated.
It's very true. I'm looking at the sunglasses, Billy, and I'm not quite sure. Are you going for Tom Cruise Risky Business or Nicholson at the Golden Globes? What are you going for there? Do you have a little dye? What's going on?
Sounding a little Troy Donahue, on the beach there.
Billy, I like that Darwin book in the background you got there.
Oh, Scott sent me that, dude. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you guys get it?
Oh, you showed that online.
Yeah, it's the second. It's the second one.
Oh wow.
Wow.
That's a beautiful book.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous, dude.
Yeah.
And the
Oh,
back
my God.
section, the back section is great with the photos.
I mean, Scott's awesome, and I'm thankfully I'll be doing a book for the. I can't tell you what it is. I think Old Bean knows, and Blevins knows, but I'm doing a story for the Comics for Ukraine book.
Oh, you are doing one. Awesome.
I didn't even know that was.
So
May or may not contain a dance battle.
I know.
May or may not dance battle.
Anyway, so if we can, Amanda, Jimmy, I know how long you guys want to stay, but can I show the video, Scala?
You can do whatever you want, bro. It's your stream.
All right. So did I stop sharing it, or did you?
Yeah, you have to reshare it.
All right, hang on.
You want me to share it?
No, I can share it.
You want me to do it?
I'm doing it.
All right.
You want me to do it?
I'll do it. Here we go. All right. So here's my video.
This is on Indiegogo. Has the same.
Wait, you're on the wrong.
Oh, it's
You're on the
Indiegogo.
wrong
Shit.
campaign, bro.
Sorry, wrong one. Guys, wow, Indiegogo's at 106,000.
These are on the campaign.
See, it's a good thing you looked.
It's even more.
So embarrassing.
All right. Well, let's stop sharing that one. That was my little bragger.
Let's just get that out of here.
Let's just get that. Thank you, Jeff.
When
I'm
did you
gonna
start
stop borrowing
doing
money from you, Billy.
Yeah, you got to talk to Debbie about that. That omnibus killed us. We gave the U.S. Post Office.
Yep, that's how they keep.
We're over $70,000 just paying the post office ship.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
That's a lot of licking. That's a licking a lot of stamps right there.
Yep.
Lot of stamp looking.
So here's our video. Let's play it. Oh, how can you go? Okay. A video by Niall Scala, by the way.
Very nice, Niles.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Greetings, everybody. 28-year comic book veteran Billy Tucci here, and I am so excited to introduce you and to welcome you to our latest Kickstarter campaign, Sakura. Crusade Comics brings you the final chapter to the She Return of the Warrior trilogy, setting the final fiery stage for a samurai showdown of epic proportions. Upon learning that she's full-blooded Japanese, Anna Ishikawa has unlocked a danger that she's not prepared for. Her birth mother's wrath that comes in the form of an automaton-like killer bent on destroying all that she loves. At the same time, her daughter Hotaru, having survived the trauma in Haikyuu, actually feels empowered by the experience and succumbs to an inner violent streak with savage repercussions. But wait, there's more! Teen She is joined by superstar variant cover artists Asha Krishna, Gordonio Lima, and Jeff Chapman. We're also offering lots of other She-related items, including original art, prints, T-shirts, commissions, and special editions, including the Ash Cantor Crusade's next great adventure, John Brolia and my long-awaited sequel to Zombie Sama 2, Dorm of the Dead. So please, Join us on our latest crusade and harken back to the days when comics were fun and thought-provoking. I promise you, you're going to love Sakura. I'm just going to smash myself in the face with this thing. I broke it. I broke my bell, Scala. I broke my bell. I literally broke my bell, smashing against my head.
That's great.
Debbie wasn't happy with that.
Why?
What?
I know.
Why? Whistling at it?
She thinks I'm creepy. Like I dig you, you know?
Well, you do have a little Tucci, so.
I do. Amanda,
Whoa!
He's sitting on it right
my
now.
little Tucci, Amanda?
No, you don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't think.
Show him, Billy.
Well, Amanda, you've seen. Have you seen? No, you have not
seen
seen
what?
my little Tucci.
What are you talking about, Billy?
That's why we're still friends. Jimmy, you didn't see my little
Because
Tucci?
I haven't seen your little Tucci.
Hang on.
That's a
It's
sick
that
little
small.
Tucci, too.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Where did you get that?
Why does it smell funny?
That's a
don't know.
stiff little Tucci. Does he bend?
Where's it been?
Little Tucci.
Where's it been?
Look at this.
Oh my god! Oh, is that one of those things where they do like a 3D like scan of your
Billy's a
face?
unique
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Hang on. Yeah,
Oh,
your whole
awesome.
body. You.
That's pretty awesome.
Andy Smith got it. Want to show little Andy? Where's little Andy?
Can you make me a little Debbie?
Thank you.
Oh, look, there you go. That's awesome.
That's so cool.
It is pretty neat.
That's amazing.
So there's this at the South Carolina show that we were at, which is a great show, guys. By the way, right? And fantastic
Oh,
show.
fantastic.
They had this booth, and it's like a camper, right? Like a trailer, right, Andy?
Yeah, it's a little trailer. There's about 500 little cameras.
Yeah.
You strike a pose, takes like 2 seconds. They take the photo, and then about a month later, that shows up in the mail.
That's pretty awesome. I'm gonna do that next time if I see that.
Yeah, you guys got to do it. It's a
I want a little
mobile,
Amanda.
and you can do anything. There were cosplayers waiting online to do it.
I could hang
You
out with
know,
little Jimmy.
and the first one I did it.
You know.
I had a gun in my hand, like a toy gun, and then I'm like, that looked like a real gun, Graham, and it looked, but I'm like, oh, am I gonna get a toy of me with holding a gun? You know? So, but you could do it. You could pose any way you want. Like I said,
Wow.
it's crazy. And the cool thing is, like, Jimmy and Amanda, if you guys want to do it, so it's size right, you do it together in the room. So
Right.
there'll be two of you, but it'll be the proper size because,
Yeah.
like,
Right.
I got the 7-incher, and it's.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
Hey, you know,
The way this
I-
conversation's
Scala.
playing in my head is
I
totally
want to
different
do
than
it
your
of me
meaning.
laying down and then not tell Amanda about it. Then one day before I sneak out of bed and just put it there, you know, and then turn on my phone and talk to her like on the phone. Yeah.
Just lay it on your pillow.
Hey, Amanda, something's weird. I don't feel right.
I don't feel good. What did I eat?
The amazing
last night?
shrinking man.
Why is my money so big?
Jimmy, then for like another like $30-$40, you can get like a second. So you can get like the 7-inch, and then you can get like the 3-inch. So then like the next day you're even smaller.
There you go. Please just fade away.
Hey, I'm gonna have to go. I got to get up early to register for the election tomorrow.
Wait,
so,
look.
Well, good luck. Are you gonna win?
Oh, wait a minute.
I mean, I wouldn't do it if I thought I was gonna lose.
So you're gonna win,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah, hopefully I'm gonna win. I don't know. So
All right. Well, we'll vote
I'm
for
gonna
you
be
from
pushing
afar.
it. I wish you guys could vote.
Vote early, vote often.
Well,
Us too.
if you fly us over there, find out who died the day before, and we'll just take their,
Yeah, just give us some
Yeah.
names.
You gotta
to
show your
talk
ID.
about. So we'll just give us some names, and we'll walk in there.
Just
Yeah.
mail us some stuff.
What do you
and we'll
mean
send it
show
to you.
your
Put
ID?
it.
That's racist.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta live in the town and register and all that stuff. But I'm a lead, so this panel will get a lot more attractive.
I'm going to go to the villages and figure out how to fake vote. So I'll go to the.
Don't do that. I can just see the
Hey, Randy,
headlines now. See you later, Apex. But yeah,
Hey,
thanks
Jimmy
a lot
and
for
Amanda,
having me on.
Randy
Hey,
FaceTimed me
thanks-
when I was live. I don't know if
Thanks
he's on
for
a
letting me
cruise
be
or
part of
something.
this.
Oh, he tried calling
Good luck.
before too.
Yeah.
Good luck tomorrow, Blevins.
Yeah.
Good luck,
Good luck.
buddy.
See you later.
Knock
Thanks
him
for
dead.
letting me be part of this, Billy. I appreciate it. As always, it's great being on with all you legends. So see you later.
You
See
better
later,
believe
my
it,
best
buddy.
friend, Jimmy Palmiotti, and bye, Amanda.
All right.
Thank
Good night,
you.
campaign.
Good luck, Brian. Good luck.
Bye.
Good Billy and Andy, I just wanted to show you your references to the Incredible Shrinking Man. I have the one sheet on my wall. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, all right.
There you go.
Nice.
Reynold Brown, the awesome artwork of the great Reynold Brown, who also did that. Who also did this work up here.
You're frozen.
You're frozen.
Yeah, you're frozen.
Steve.
Oh, well, that stinks.
Do you want to pop out and pop back in?
Yeah, let me pop out, pop back in.
Okay.
Huh.
Billy, you're over 15,000.
Are we really?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
look at that.
That's
Oh my
fantastic.
God!
Look at that.
Look at that.
Nice.
Good job.
See,
Or I'll add it in there, Billy.
there you
Holy
go,
crap.
buddy.
Oh God!
Dang.
Yay.
117 backers already.
The
Bring
book
that
is
bell.
now 72 pages.
Break out that gong.
Oh yeah.
Break out the gong. Amanda, did you see my bang a gong?
No.
I don't think so. Not.
Oh, I
this
got
is
a
a new
gong
thing
now.
of yours that I have not seen yet.
It's a gong. It's a gong more appropriate for Lily.
Oh, go ahead, hit it. Hit it.
Amanda, I'm going to bring this to our panel every time Terry Moore talks.
Just keep hitting it. It'd be fun to see Terry pissed off.
You know, Terry and I, when we do, we're like nemesis to each other. So I'll definitely be like, Terry. So hopefully we'll get the okay for this panel. We're planning a panel called what's Happy Hour with the Comic Book Couples. And it's basically like we hang out, but we're going to hang out in front of people.
I feel like it should be like it should be on like lounge chairs instead of at a table on a stage, you know.
Or it should be different parts of the
you know what?
audience.
My sons are coming in. I'll just tell them to take lounge chairs from the Marriott pool, and they will do it. They'll walk. They will do it.
Oh yeah, they will.
I think everyone should sit in the audience in different places and yell at each other.
There you go.
Citizen
Maybe-
Ronan. That
Maybe
gong
we
is so
plant some
anticlimactic.
hecklers in there.
You know
Yeah, no kidding.
what's not anticlimactic? Where's your like weird little cane? Your weird little like
Oh,
duck.
oh.
what is it? The duck
The
head
duck
or-
stick.
The duck stick, yes. There you go.
Should I bring the duck stick if I bring the duck stick to San Diego, Debbie's going to throw him off the balcony at the hotel.
I was gonna say she'll
No,
kill you.
no.
Don't do that. Don't do
I love
that.
the duck stick.
Thank
It
you.
I
will
want you to.
never-
You should recreate those for like a tier.
It
Well,
will never come home if you
I
take
thought
it
about
to San
doing the
Imagine
duck
Diego.
mailing those out.
sticker, the duck
Yeah.
sticker, which was Blevins' idea. And if we hit a certain goal, everyone gets a duck sticker.
I like it.
But
I like some
yeah,
person's
the duck
comment
stick,
here.
though, Amanda, the duck stick has been in She Way of the Warrior. I'm sorry, She Return of the Warrior, Haikyuu, and the new book. You got to find
Good.
it. The duck stick's in every picture.
Well,
Every
I
book.
like a good. I like to hunt for like fun stuff.
Aye.
Yeah.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Well,
though?
hey,
Look at
this is
Hang on.
There
Oh,
you
that's
go.
better.
Oh,
That's,
look at you.
Oh,
now I'm hungry.
That's
Fred's got a little
climactic.
Liberty
That's a
Bell.
food belt. That's a food belt.
Yeah.
So my gong sucks. Is that what you guys are saying?
Yeah, the
You
gong.
dong.
need a ship spell.
But hey, fun she so Billy can get a proper size gong.
That's
There
it.
you go.
And a-
There you
and a
go.
nice-
All hail the mighty duck stick. Praise be to the
Oh,
duck
Peros
stick.
is back. Is he Peros back?
Is he back in? He hasn't popped. No, he hasn't. come
No,
back
he's
in.
gone. He's moving. He's moving to another spot. All right, Graham Nolan. So Jimmy and
Yes.
Amanda,
Yes.
Graham
Yes.
is jumping into the world of Kickstarter tomorrow.
Ooh,
I think I saw
12
the
p.m.
pre-signing up thing page.
Right.
The pre-page. Let's see.
Yeah.
There it is.
Two-fisted manly giant
There it
size.
Giant
Two-fisted manly dick.
Yeah, give it
Wow.
the kiss, bro.
It's a celebration of toxic masculinity.
And I'm sure you got Chuck Dixon on this bad boy.
Oh yeah, I got Chuck, I got Mike Barron, I got Bo Smith, Kevin Grievous, and myself are the writers, and then I've got Larry Stroman,
Larry.
Butch Geis, Andrew Paquette,
Dan Wallace.
Kelsey Shannon,
Michael Golden.
Michael Golden.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
I got a really great team together for
Yeah,
this.
you also got Tim Rozon, your most famous guy, who plays Wyatt Earp. I mean,
right,
plays,
Yep. Tim Rozon.
Doc
Doc
Holliday.
writing the
Holliday.
show.
Oh, he's
on,
writing. Awesome.
on
Yeah.
the Winona Earp TV show.
Yeah, exactly. I can play. We can play the video if you want.
Yes,
let's do it.
Play it.
Let's see
Yeah,
it.
let me share that.
Gonna be Graham cracking a whip.
Well, that's what
He
I
rips the
am
shirt
anymore.
off
It
and cracks
seems
the
like
whip.
I'm a cat wrangler.
Yeah, like I'm saying, so dealing with all these manly men, is it like herding kittens?
Yeah.
All these guys with ADHD, ADD.
Did I not share the audio?
What happened?
Okay,
I heard it.
All right, hold on.
I heard something.
You did hear it? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me try it
I
again.
heard Billy keep talking.
Yeah, okay. Chrome tab. There we go. Oh, that's not this window. Here we go. Okay.
Oh, nice.
That's great.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Can we just point out Jimmy's he has a hat for every different conversation topic.
To support Graham's thing, I put on my
Perfect.
There it is.
Well, I sure do appreciate that support there, Jimmy.
That's all right, son.
JC's in too.
JC, you guys had
Oh, Andy, your first man's closed?
No.
Oh, that's the first man. What's the second first man? Learning curve. Here we go.
There it is.
I want to share that, and I wanted to get your attention for a minute, and you can talk to people, all right? Then you go back to your little weird world.
So, Graham, that starts tomorrow?
Starts tomorrow on Kickstarter. It's in
What
demand in Indiegogo.
What time?
What time? Noon.
Noon, okay.
Yeah, noon Eastern. Yeah.
Eastern. All right.
So we're going to do a live show, Graham?
Hold on a sec, Billy. The first 200 backers get a limited edition trading card.
Oh, nice.
Somebody say get a beat down.
What did he say?
The first 200 get a beat down.
Get a good beating.
Hey, that's free of charge. I'll do that for anybody.
There you go.
All right, Jimmy and Amanda. Now, Jeff, is your new campaign? Do you have a pre-launch page for it yet?
I literally was approved as we were coming on the air, Billy. So no.
Oh, so let's share that so you can talk about that. We won't go much longer, but let's give everybody a little bit of due to share their campaigns. And right now, Andy Smith.
All right.
Ooh. All right, man. Let's give a talk, bro. Look at these 4 people.
Look at those 4 people. It's First Man Learning Curve. It's volume 2. Now, don't get scared off. You do not need volume 1. They're one and done stories. But Luke Henry is back on Earth after defeating Monarch in the first volume. And now he's got to take on going to college, dealing with those 4 people from the Fourth World Foundation and their being that they created, their artificial intelligence known as Adonis. And that's the new threat that he has to tackle while learning to be a hero. Because he's only been a hero for about a month at this point in his since he got the powers. And that's why it's titled Learning Curve.
He's got a bitch in costume, man. Very, very superhero, very 90s, all action. So there's not a lot of people sitting around having conversations in this, is there?
There's not a lot of sipping lattes, no. That is not happening. There are some quiet scenes between Luke and his dad, of course. Get some of that. He has a good relationship with his father, so there's that in there. But no, it's a fun superhero book with lots of action. And a little bit of humor. I like to say that it's like a little bit of Peter Parker type humor with Captain Marvel, the original Captain Marvel, Graham, with Billy Batson, changing into Shazam, that type. But the cosmic type from Jim Starlin, I was a big fan of that stuff growing up, all mixed in. And that's kind of how I came up with First Man. So
I also love this the Hostess fruit pies ad.
That would be hosted, Billy. I can't use Hostess.
Oh, sorry, toasted. Toasted.
Come on now.
Hostess.
Do you guys heard of Drake's before?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, of course.
I
I'm a
came
huge Drake
across
fan.
That's
these.
what Billy's club is called. The
They
Drake.
had comic
The Drake.
books, little mini comic books.
Drake's?
Drake's,
yeah.
Oh,
what is
damn! I
Drake's?
never saw
Is
those.
Ringdings Drake?
Yeah,
Yeah, ringdings.
you're a ring ding.
Devil dogs.
Oh, that's cool.
You're a ring ding.
Hey Andy, which of the videos is the one with the look at these four people?
Second one. Click
This
on
one?
that one. Yeah,
All right,
it
let's
should be
play
that
this,
one.
and I pray that I put the audio on. So everybody, let's give this a listen.
Should be that one. Actually, I can tell you how long is it. Does it say?
Luke Henry, after kicking Monarch's ass to the depths of space, is back on Earth, and now he's looking to save the world from the Fourth World Foundation. Sure, he had help from Penumbra before, but she's not helping him this time. He's got to face it on his own. Look at these four people. He's come for a villain known as Adonis. He'll do it. You'll be there. Back it now. First Man 2. Running.
Outstanding.
That's a great logo, too.
Luke Henry, after kicking Monarch's ass to the depths of space, is back on
Oh,
Earth,
why not?
and now he's looking to save the world from the Fourth World Foundation. Sure, he had help from Penumbra before, but she's not helping him this time. He's got to face it on his own. Look at these four people. He's come for a villain known as Adonis. He'll do it. You'll be there. Back it now. First Man 2. Running.
Excellent.
There it is.
Excellent. All right, let me quit out of here. Go into this.
Thank you.
Excellent. Sorry, so you're over $45,000. Come
Yep.
on, man. We gotta get this to 50K.
Nice.
For goodness sakes. Come
Should
on.
be getting the books on Friday.
All right.
Yes, so basically, so people start your books are arriving on Friday. So that means that if you pledge today, there's a really good chance you're gonna get this book in the next few weeks, right?
Yeah. I mean, I got a lot of backers there, but yeah, probably if I get the books Friday, I'll start fulfilling, probably Monday, so I can, gather everything I need together over the weekend. And
The hard work starts now. Because I remember going to Jimmy's, and Amanda, God bless you, when I first walked into Jimmy's house, when you probably were doing maybe even the Queen Crab Kickstarter.
Yep.
And that's one of your early ones, right? So your numbers have grown.
My first one.
House, Jimmy and Amanda's house, they had this beautiful house. It looks like it's a Frank Lloyd Wright type of, modern, gorgeous house right near the beach in Florida. And there was just stacks of boxes and books and packing. I'm like, whoa. He's like, this is it. This is what I got to do.
So many books. So many books.
So much.
It's all that material too. The Gemini boxes that are not folded yet.
Yeah.
The Mylar, the backing boards. All
I got an office now. We pulled it out of the house. It's in the back of a comic shop.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Emerald City Comics in Clearwater has a nice big room for us, and
nice.
So that's why Amanda let me stay in the house.
Yeah, that's a nice shop too. So.
Did you or the Gemini mailers, Jimmy?
Is that how you're able to fulfill so fast? You get all the comic customers at the store to help you out?
Well, Patrick's got 2 kids, and then we kind of get. Sometimes we get the guys in the store. I said, "You want to make a couple extra bucks?" And they're all like, "Sure." As long as I get 1 or 2, they get the pick. But we got one coming up, Billy. It's not out yet.
Oh, you don't have a pre-launch page or anything?
No, I don't. We have to build it. I'm waiting on Amanda for something.
Yep.
But what is it, Amanda? What's the book we're doing?
It's the Amanda Connor sketchbook.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
nice.
it's sketches and some other art and some process
What's
stuff.
the theme of it?
It's a lot of hot messiness. It's
How many pages, may we ask?
So far it's maybe like 70 something.
Is it?
Yeah, something like that. We're
need
still
to
kind
add
of
some more.
Yeah, we're still working on stuff. She's adding stuff. A lot of it's older. Or anything that's a little spicy that she's done in the past. So we have that.
Yeah.
And then some new stuff, and we're still putting it together.
Cool.
So
You know when that's going to be, Jimmy?
When I get my stuff.
when Amanda gets her shit together, and
yeah, pretty much.
probably like a month from now, like around a month from now.
Nice.
Cool.
We got to get through the conventions. It's heavy convention month, man. We got Motor City and MegaCon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that kind of throws a monkey wrench into things too. The cons.
Mm-hmm.
It's never just 2 or 3 days. It's 5 days. You know.
Yeah, and then you don't want to talk to anyone or do anything, right? For like 3 days afterwards.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we love the con. I mean, the cons are great, but you know, they are time suckers though. From what we want to do.
Yeah.
And Amanda keeps writing on a piece of paper, "I'm hungry." So,
okay, all right. Well, we love you guys.
Hangry.
Thank you so much, and thank you for being such a big part of She's history. Love you, Amanda, so much. We'll see you soon, of
We'll
course.
see you guys, and good luck with Andy and Graham. Good luck, and JC and Billy.
Hey,
Man,
thanks,
You know,
guys.
Billy, we saw it live, so that was worth it to watch you go. Hit
I'll
the
see you
hit
guys
the
at
ball live,
MegaCon.
man.
And bang that gong.
Hit your goal gong.
Yeah, we'll see. Graham will be at MegaCon. Any other guys going or no?
Nope.
I'll be in Myrtle Beach at a convention that weekend.
Oh, Myrtle Beach, nice, man.
That'll be fun.
Well, that'll be
Yeah.
fun. All right,
Graham, is
guys.
Julie coming with you?
What's that?
Graham, is Julie coming with you?
No. She was going to, but she's going to watch the dog.
There you go. That's a nice way of saying anything but. All right.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
We'll see you guys later.
Go get her some food.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Love you guys.
Bye, man.
Bye.
See you later, guys.
So,
All right, so now
Billy,
that son of a bitch is out of here. I got to tell you.
Oh.
something. No, wait a minute.
Now we can talk freely.
Yeah. Old Bean.
I'm taking these underwears off.
Oh,
What?
look at this. Thank you, guys. Old Bean, do you have your preview page you could share in the private chat?
I don't. You keep asking me this, and I've been on the show with you. I can't make it work while I'm on the show.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Oh, I thought you. Oh, that's right. You did say. Well, enough
But
about
I
it.
would like. But I will say this.
Ooh.
Niall does have one of my covers.
Oh.
Oh, look at that.
Al
Hey.
Capone's
Hey,
Vampire.
Billy, let me try this angle. JC,
Yes.
do you have a page set up yet?
Wow, Graham, thanks for asking. No.
Hey, no problem, buddy. I just want to make sure we get it out there.
Yeah, it will. It will. Now that it's approved, it'll start next Tuesday.
All right,
Excellent.
well, if it's okay, I'd like to go through my campaign now, if you don't mind
I think you
scaling.
should.
Yes.
Scaling up and down. And Old Bean, your Pittsburgh Penguins have tied up the hated New York Rangers.
That's great.
It is great. All right. So here's our campaign. Basically, like we said, She's Sakura. I don't know where Steve is. Steve might have had some internet connection problems. She's Sakura is the third installment of the Return of the Warrior saga. The conclusion to the Return of the Warrior saga, where Anna.
Can I chime in as an editor here for just a minute?
Of course, please.
When we had the big debate about the reveal at the end of the last issue, you really had to sell me on it. I'm a She fan since the beginning, as you know, and you had to sell me on it. But once you did, this is a really, really good issue. And I told you at the time that was the Godfather 2 of She stories, and you really set the bar very high, and you guys have surpassed it.
So you're saying that this is not the Godfather 3 of She stories?
No, it might be Coda, which I really enjoyed, but yes, this is not Godfather 3.
Could be the Rogue One of She stories.
It could be the Road Warrior of She stories.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, so we have lots of fun things. A lot of reward levels. Not a lot. It's actually smaller. This campaign's a lot smaller than an Indiegogo campaign. More. Graham, you did the same thing.
Streamline.
Yep, more compact, but we do have a lot of stuff. If you go through, there's our exclusive cover by Brian Miller and I of all these haunted, these she ghosts or witches, or I don't want to give too much away, that are after her, pursuing her, that she's battling. And we have some fun pledges. We have digital editions. We have Buy Debbie a mocha because she needs caffeine because of how hard she works. And no one's backed that, as I could see.
Really?
Yeah, that's our most inexpensive pledge. That's okay. It's $10. And then we have lots of fun stuff. We have the Sakura Ash Can, which is a very limited edition one. The Zombie Sama preview Ash Can for our next original graphic novel, Zombie Sama 2, Dorm of the Dead, by John Brolia and I. It's really by John Brolia.
I like John's artwork a lot. It has a really nice feel to it.
You know, Graham, I got to tell you now, I would feel that Andy and I have a more detailed style. You have a very, it's not cartoony, but you have a more, it's more Kubert-esque, and John has that. So I think I really admire, that's why I love Darwin Cook's art so much, you know, Jeff Smith. Yeah. I love artists and cartoonists that could be, that I see a confidence in their line that, and I don't know, Andy, if you fall into this trap, I do. I overwork things if I'm not feeling comfortable with it.
Oh yeah, totally.
Right?
Totally.
Right. And you just, and it's so detailed, but it's still not right. And you should have just started over. But after 28 years, I still don't have the confidence in myself to do that. What I love about you, Graham, is you have this. I mean, you're smart and you're a true craftsman, that every line is there for a reason. Right now, was that
very spontaneous? Graham's work to me, I look at and I'm like, man, it's lively. Mm-hmm. It's very spontaneous looking. It looks effortless, which I know people hate hearing that, because Graham's probably going, well, it's not.
There's a lot of hours of effortlessness there.
But that's the magic behind it. It has that
it moves,
real spontaneous look.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
And they're all brush guys. All the inkers I admire, Tom Palmer, guys like that, they're all John Tartaglione. They're all brush guys. And what I see with you, and I don't know if it's true, not talking straight lines and stuff, but the majority of it looks like it's all brush, very organic. Like you said, Andy, very alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most of my stuff is brush. That's the tool I like. You know, I'll use other materials as well, but I prefer the brush, you know. It's bouncy.
What brush do you use? What's your go-to brush, bro?
Well, I use some of the brush pens, like the Sakura stuff, but then of course the traditional Series 7 Winsor Newton number 2 that I use. I've got
those pen brushes. The ink is dark enough.
Well, I only use it for line work. You know, for line stuff, you know, not to fill in blacks or anything like that. But there is a Japanese brush that you squeeze, and it's actually a brush. I can't remember the brand.
Yeah, I have that. Yeah,
that black is really nice and black.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got it, and then you can replace it and you click it in, right?
Mm-hmm. No. This is bigger. This is a bigger one. This is disposable.
Mm.
Oh,
yeah. I'll show you. I got right here.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. I've seen the one where you put, like you said, you put the refill in.
Yeah. No, this is a.
Can you make him big?
Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I can see I can't see Oh wait, here we go.
Oh, I think I got
That's Pentel, isn't it?
No, it's no. The Pentel ones you don't want. They have a Pentel one that looks just like this. This is the Japanese one, and it's a number 22.
Oh,
wow!
And see, it's got that really nice tip.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Where do you get them from?
Japanese ink brush.
What is it?
No, I'm saying Japanese ink brush number 22, maybe. You don't have a name, a company name.
Let me see.
Is it from Japanese?
It's written in Japanese, so I don't know what it is.
You get it from Jet Pens?
I believe so.
Did you say Jet Pens?
Jet Pens.
Jetpens.com.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can get all kinds of really cool Japanese markers and pens and brushes there.
How much was it?
I bought. It's been a while since I've bought these, so I'm not exactly sure. Now, if you share my screen, I can show you some of the stuff I did with it.
Oh, I love this.
Oh yeah, dude.
I love your Batman.
Oh, yeah.
You are by far, man, my favorite
Thank
Batman
you.
artist.
Thank you
That
so
is
much.
so cool.
This is almost all brush, even the buildings. I do the old technique where you take the steel ruler and you put your brush down on it, and you know, to get a straight line. There's a few things that I use pen for, but you know, when you're drawing masonry and stuff like that, you want a more organic look to it, you know, rather than a hard straight line. So Some of my favorite stuff to do is like down here on his leg, just not filling the blacks in, going in really bold. And these are like techniques I learned by studying guys that inked me, like Klaus Janson and Dick Giordano and Tom Palmer.
Dude, that texture on the brick is so Alfredo Akala to me. I love it.
Oh,
the
yeah,
shadow
they're
of
going with
Batman.
the different lines. Yeah. Give it a
I
great
just love
skill.
the idea how old school you are when you do those lines with the ruler and the brush. Like, see, that's something I'm terrified to do. But I also use a brush with the ink, and I'll dip it in my speedball, which I use. I know that we had this discussion. There are better alternatives. But
Even
with
these
the brush,
ovals.
with the brush pen, that's I feel a lot more comfortable doing it.
This even the ovals here. This is all that. There's no. I didn't use any. What do you call those guides?
Circle templates.
Yeah, circle or elliptical templates.
Yeah.
You know, I had drawn it digitally and then blue lined it so that the line on the blue line was perfect, and then it's just a question of tracing that line neatly. You know.
Well, when you do eyeballs, do you use circle templates on eyeballs?
Well, is it like a giant eyeball in the panel?
Yeah, if it's
or
giant,
just an
I
eyeball
would.
when you're drawing eyes. If it's a medium-sized shot, or a, you know,
no.
Yeah, Jimmy has a great story with what's his name, Bob Layton, when he was editor at Valiant, and Jimmy was working for them, and I think Bob brought Jimmy into his office and basically was chastising him, telling him that he has to use circle templates when doing Valiant eyeballs.
Oh my God!
I wish we had this conversation when Jimmy was here. I'm like, really? And like I said, it wasn't a giant eyeball. It wasn't like a big, Staros or something that, he's right there, Starro. It's just an eye. He's like, no, we got to use the templates and use your pen. Jimmy's like, what? I've been doing this for 10 years. Now I got you.
Yeah.
The way it's a funny story the way he tells it.
I'd love to hear him tell Joe Kubert that, you got to use a straight edge. You got to use templates. You got to.
Oh, we got a super chat. Thank you, Epoch. 10 pounds. Tally ho. Excellent start, Billy. Just picked up the Kickstarter exclusive cover to go with the 6-pack of beautiful covers I backed on Indiegogo.
Awesome.
God bless. Thank you so much. I don't even know what to say. Hail from a fellow Englishman. I don't know if you know, but I'm of Scotch-Irish and English descent on my father's side.
You go with whoever you're talking to. 1 minute, he's talking to some English guy. And he goes, "Oh, blimey, governor, yeah, governor." And all of a sudden, it's St. Patrick's Day, and he's like, "How you doing, me lad?"
And then I called Graham Nolan like all day on the 16th of okay, so what do I'm going here tomorrow. So what do we do?
What do I eat? What do I eat?
What is it? What do Irishman drink on St. Patrick's Day? Go to Guinness, right? So I'm an Irishman. It depends what. Hey, I should have been a politician.
That's
right.
right.
And you could have been my brain trust, old bean.
Did he break 18? Oh, yeah, you just made 18,000.
Did we?
Yep.
Woo! Ooh, dude, you're printing money.
Oh yeah.
Good job.
Can I share my to the page?
There you go.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh, guys, thank you so much, honey. We hit 18,000, babe.
In an hour and 40 minutes.
Beautiful.
Well, less than that because we started like I think we went so maybe an hour.
Maybe an hour.
Yeah, an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Because
Graham, what time are you launching tomorrow? At noon?
Launching at noon. It's lunchtime launch day.
Nice. What are we eating, Niall? Graham?
You bring what you want to eat.
Well, what are you eating? If we're doing 2 fists of manly tail, should I get a nice roast beef sandwich?
Oh, you got to have some kind of beef.
Get a tomahawk steak.
Yeah, I had a
tomahawk
ribeye tonight. Yeah, I'll probably have ribeye.
Yeah, old bean. I'm not meeting you and Nick for lunch tomorrow. I forget. I'm doing Graham. I got to tell you, now Scala. Help me out here. Graham and I have had this conversation. Andy, I don't know if you're into it. What's up, Baz? I'm not a big fan of the ribeye. I can't take the grizzle. I can't take the fat.
There's no grizzle on a ribeye.
No grizzle.
No, man, you got to cut that crap off.
Fat, right?
It's fat.
All right. More fat than meat.
You're thinking of a prime rib cut, which is the same thing. When you get a ribeye, they're going to cut the cap off that.
Are you shopping at Costco again?
Call Deborah Tucci. First of all, Costco has great fillets.
Oh, Go
No,
to
they
a
do have
butcher.
great filet.
Get a good butcher.
I have a good butcher, but I'll eat it there.
Yeah.
I kill my own meat. I have my venison
Yeah.
place.
You know
I'll
who
tell
you're
you what,
talking
buddy.
to? Come on.
You come
How do
over
you
and I'll
not
cook
like
you a
a ribeye?
ribeye and you'll never go back.
Hey,
You can
honey.
never go
Hey,
wrong
guys,
with a
say-
New York
say hello to
strip
Debbie.
either. Get a
Say
nice
hello,
New
honey.
York, some good marbling. Oh, perfect.
Debbie is
Yeah,
not.
gotta have
Debbie is
a
not
marble.
feeling well.
Actually, my choice is a nice porterhouse.
Oh
honey,
yeah.
what's the steak I don't like? Ribeye, right? The ribeye is one with all the fat.
I keep telling you, you had a bad piece. It's not always like that.
He's like a
Thank
little
you,
kid.
Debbie.
He's like a little kid.
You know,
Exactly.
I don't like that.
Ribeye
That's
is one of the
yucky.
best cuts of meat you can have.
I don't
Yes.
believe it. I don't
Yes.
It
She
is.
knows.
Tender,
It is.
tender, marbled, tasty.
All right, love you, honey. We broke 18,000.
I know I'm watching.
Oh, okay. She's always watching.
She does not sound good. I feel so bad.
No, I love you, honey.
Have
I
some
never know what
tea,
she's
Deb.
doing back there. I never know what she's doing. Deb!
She's
The
ordering you
meatloaf!
steaks with a lot of fat.
So,
Dad, my friend's on
Odin-
mac and
Odin,
cheese.
Your Pittsburgh Penguins are now going to overtime
Yep.
against the hated New York Rangers.
Yeah, the
in
Rangers
Madison Square Garden.
the Rangers scored a goal, but it was disallowed.
Disallowed because it was goaltender interference. So it wasn't a
Interference.
goal. It was another cheating move by the New York Rangers. And
Uh-oh.
I applaud.
That's what we've
Billy
come to
Colorado.
expect.
Yeah.
Now, Graham Nolan, being up in Baltimore, is a huge Buffalo Sabres fan,
Baltimore?
aren't you, Graham?
You
Why
mean
did you
Buffalo?
say he's in
I'm
Baltimore?
not in Baltimore, but I am
He's
in
in
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
No, I said Buffalo. I said no.
No,
I
you
said
did not.
Baltimore.
Sabres fan.
You said Baltimore.
Yeah.
Did I? Oh,
Yeah.
Hey, JC, have you had a chance to get your preview page up?
Thank you, Niall. By the way, I don't know what your schedule is tomorrow, but if you got time to chat, let me
Let's
know.
do it. I have
Okay.
one meeting. I have one meeting in the morning at 9, and so after 10, I'm available.
All right, very good, guys.
and why are you going to
cut out.
Medicon,
'Cause
Bill? Well, I'll
got
tell you.
deadline
Yeah,
stuff.
I got a
All
bolt
right.
too, guys.
Graham, good to see you, brother. Thank you
Hey,
so much.
Congratulations, Billy,
Thank
on
you.
an incredible second launch. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Your launch today is what other people's dreams are, and this is the second one. So
Well, that's what we're here to do. Graham, that's what we're here to do. We're here to normalize things. We're here to make it that comics are for everyone, right? Our Niall came up with the hashtag.
but not for sissies, though, Billy.
It's not. No, she's not for sissies.
We've decided it's not for sissies.
No sissies.
Yeah.
Hashtag no sissies. Say O'Bain agrees.
But
And,
before you go though, Graham, I'll let you
No,
go.
the
Sorry,
thing is
Billy.
that you have our hashtag is no fan left behind. So if there are people that are Kickstarter that love Kickstarter, by George, we're going to sell those customers on Kickstarter. Just like I would put my sneakers into Target, and I'd also put them in the Walmart.
That's right. That's
and
exactly.
the Woolworth.
Mm-hmm.
Was
And
that
Zayre.
what actually made you make the decision? Because there's a lot of Indiegogo creators that won't make the jump.
I'm sorry. What's the
Well,
question?
Niall, I understand the principle involved, but if you're in a business situation, why would you ignore any ethical revenue stream?
That was always my thing. Is if you can sell in this store or that store, do it. Business is business.
Well, no, I understand.
I'm sorry. Kickstarter has made some changes.
Yeah,
a couple years ago, I would not launch on Kickstarter, and I wouldn't want anything to do with them. I mean, they were actively gatekeeping conservative creators, but they seem to have gotten that fixed, and it seems like a much more open platform now. So that's why I want to embrace it, because for the same reasons that Billy and JC said, was that don't leave money on the table and reach out to more backers. The more backers you have, the better it is for your other backers too, because in crowdfunding, everybody benefits. The rising tide lifts all boats. So so that's the goal, is to
and I hope you gentlemen feel a little solace in that Brian Polito, who's done almost 30 Kickstarters, raised over $6 million, and then making him wait a week.
Honestly,
right. Well, that made me feel great.
Honestly,
right. Oh my God.
That was a big de-stressor for me.
Yeah.
Because I had every intention last week that I was going to launch today.
Yeah. Well, why I was encouraged was Graham getting the email from them saying that they're backed up.
They're backed up, yeah.
Right, and they'll get to it. Rest assured, they'll get back to it.
You eat that much cheese, it's going to happen.
I think they would.
Yeah,
I think they would, Dank and Frankie. I don't think they look at it that way because here's the thing, right? They get a percentage of every campaign that's on there. So would they probably would just put it up there. I'm sure if anything got too controversial, then people are going to look at it. But, if they can get a $1 million campaign, then that's great for Kickstarter,
But they're not controversial. Right? What was controversial was a lot of fluff.
Their product isn't controversial. I mean,
not
it's
at
straight
all.
up comic
But
stuff.
it's
So
what it is the heat you get from that if they went over to Kickstarter, that will cause that something would pop up. How big it would get, I don't know, because I do think some of the separation, right? I do think the Comicsgate, non-Comicsgate, I hate to say it, I'm seeing a lot of more acceptance of creators, and they're not necessarily looking at the divide as much. It's kind of just like, oh, okay, whatever. So I don't know if a big stink would truly be made, or if it would just be more of a just kind of a local.
Niall, I want to believe you're right, but we're not getting away from the professionally offended people yet.
Oh no, you're not. You're not.
Well, I do love that people are seeing them for what they are.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And that these anonymous assassins out there that well, they don't have regular jobs, I assume, or lives, that they spend all day online and tweet and harass people and go after them. I think the people are really calling them out.
Afraid that someone somewhere is having fun.
Yes. What's incredible too is if you actually see how often some people are posting, it's like, what do you do all day? Dude, what do you do all day? Like you're literally posting every 5 minutes. Like, don't you have a job? Like
when I hear people talk about getting into online fights,
I know.
Like I don't have time for that.
This is this show is the longest today that I have not been doing my job.
Yeah.
When I'm done with this, I'm doing my job again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But there's just, like I said, there are people, these people that have these weird names and stuff, and they may have, they're like I said, they're assassins. They're always on Twitter. They're always, posting. They're always attacking people, sharing shit. There are these people that have been on Twitter for, say, 10 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have like 300,000 tweets.
Oh,
190,000. What the hell does people do all day? How do you have time to do this shit?
Well, when you're living in your mother's basement, Billy, having Hot Pockets brought down to you for lunch, you got all the time in the world.
Well, we've actually said this before too, and Randy's reiterating it. If they have to pay to tweet, they will disappear into the woodwork where they came from.
Absolutely.
100%.
Right. You're right.
100%.
You're right. If every tweet costs $1,
if it cost 1 cent,
how great would it be for Elon Musk to then add a charge that you have to pay 10 cents a tweet?
You get capped, right? And if you want more, you gotta pay.
It's
just like when you get Google gives you the one X amount of gigabytes of storage, but you max it so quick. It's like, oh well, if you want to make it a terabyte, it's $1.99.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And they have to put the credit card down on it, even if it's just $1.99 or $10.99 for the month. Oh my god!
They charge you by the word.
Oof. Oh, that'd be great.
Love that. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Graham. Hey, bro. See you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Everybody in the chat will be launching live at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, and the first 250 people get that special edition trading card. So tune in and come in and back, and we'll see you tomorrow, guys.
Hey, Graham, is there just one? I saw there was a package. Is the hardcover included yet? Is the Michael Golden cover a hardcover now?
No, we need to get to 150,000, combining the two campaigns to get to 150. However, the Michael Golden cover is not available on the Kickstarter campaign. Only the Dan Lawless cover.
That's a kick-ass cover, man. Smashing that hippie in the face. Can we show that cover real quick? I know, Graham, you got to go, but can we please share Graham's campaign and show that cover so we could talk about what's going on in that cover? What?
What were you saying,
Graham?
JC?
I was just going to say that cover is so good, and until fairly recently, I hadn't reacquainted myself with Dan's work, and we have a story coming out tomorrow in Kent Menace. It's called The Rhyme of the Retro Mariner that I wrote and Dan drew. And when I saw that cover he did for your book, man, it just blows me away.
Yeah, he did a great job. Hold on, let me pull up that cover here.
Yeah, just for a minute, and then we'll let you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off after this too.
And we'll stay on for a few more minutes. We'll close out at 9 Scala, unless we get a little controversy.
Close out at 9?
You mean 10?
10, sorry.
Where is it? Come on. Oh, here we go.
Really, Graham?
Okay, I found it.
Wait for it.
I do. I love Dan Lawless's work. I really do.
Okay, go ahead and share the screen now.
All right.
Oops.
Oh. What is that? What is that, Graham?
That's Captain Compass.
What is
that is awesome.
How did he get in here?
What does Captain Compass say?
Well, let's see what he has to say. Here's what Captain Compass says about giant-sized two-fisted manly tales. It's a real comic book for real men, packed with thrills and surprises from cover to cover. Giant-sized two-fisted manly tales is not for sissies. It's full of exciting stories and swell pictures about adventure, ass-kicking, and other interesting subjects. I recommend it. Captain Compass is right. Giant-sized two-fisted manly tales tells you how to deal with assholes and get out of tight jams, too. Every story contains the necessary testosterone-building information to navigate through a soy-based world. Take a tip from the captain and get your copy today for only $50.
Well, gee willikers, I'm going to get my copy of Captain Comics.
Bye, Cracky.
Of Two-Fisted Manly Tales.
Thanks,
I'm going to listen to
copies.
Captain Compass because I'm a part of the Captain Compass fan club.
That's right. And I can tell you every story is swell.
Yeah.
Swell.
All right. So, Graham, Jeff, what do you see happening in this cover? We'll spend 5 minutes on it, but let's talk about this masterpiece.
Well, anytime you have a guitar being smashed, it takes me back to Animal House, and so I like that.
Yes.
and it's
if I had a chicken that had no bones.
And can't you just my favorite part in that scene is that after he does it, Belushi goes, "Sorry."
Yeah.
But this is sort of like the more uptight version of that, where this guy's not sorry.
Yeah, I like the ferocity in his face too.
Yeah.
This is really great in here. And Dan wrapped this beer bottle in my Chinook Brew beer.
Yeah, I saw that. That's so cool.
So if you scroll down, Graham, if you can.
Chino beer ain't for hippies.
That's right. There's a dude knocked out already, slumped against a bar or passed out.
Yeah, I like to think he's knocked out.
You think so? I think is that fat dude knocked out, low down, was harassing that wholesome, sweet girl next door from Hiram's Tavern, and our hero came up and said, "Look, pal, why don't you let's give it a rest. We're all having a good time. Let me buy you a Chinook Brew." Because he's already drinking a Chinook Brew.
Hey, Dan's in the chat. Hey, Dan.
Dan Lawless is in the chat. All right, well, Dan, let me talk about your opus. That fat guy takes a swing at the two-fisted manly tailor, which in turn, he slaps him and sends him down to the bar passed out, which sends the raging Antifa-type hippie with the guitar to take a swing at our white-capped cowboy hero. No. Actually, he took a swing at the girl with the guitar, which our man Bo right here grabs the guitar, throws his beer in the air, smashes the hippie, and then, Graham, what does he do?
Then he catches the beer, grabs the girl, kisses her, and then chugs it.
By George, I'm buying that cover tomorrow. I can't wait.
It's a swell cover.
It sure is a swell cover.
Might I say, it's keen.
It is keen. It's badass. All right, Graham Nolan, thank you for joining us. I know it's late.
Gentlemen,
10
I appreciate the time, Billy. Congratulations. Thank you so much, guys. And thanks everybody in the chat for supporting Billy on this project. And we'll see you tomorrow, guys, at 12 noon.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Good night,
Have a
Graham.
good night, Graham.
Bye.
Billy,
All
you're
right,
almost to 20K, man.
Oh, shoot. Are we? Can you share it?
Nice.
19,559.
It's going to be like fire.
Dude,
This is great.
Oh my God. Can we find that? Can we steal that? I got to find that. Hang on. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, Billy, I'm going to go.
All right.
I want to bounce myself.
I'm excited by this because this is strong response on a second platform.
It really is.
And when people see the book, anybody that doesn't get it's going to be disappointed.
Oh, yeah.
So that's pretty great. And I think this is a great start.
Thank you, Obeen.
And then next week,
I will talk to you in the morning, okay?
And then Tuesday next week, JC, it's launch time.
For Al Capone Vampire #1.
Yes.
There you go.
I mean, it's Al Capone and he's a vampire.
And there will be a Billy Tucci original sketch tier of a character of a character of their choice.
Holy crow, that's freaking phenomenal.
All right. What you want to charge is up to you. But it's not like a $700 sketch. It's kind of a quick, cool headshot or something.
Why is everyone moving? I guess Andy Smith is Tucci's real friend.
Thank you, Andy. Well,
because you have your little. It's because you got your action figures.
We have our action figures.
Once, TJ had mentioned earlier that this was the longest Billy's been on his show without walking out when I'm on.
Right?
Hey, the thing is, though, Niall, can you put Andy up next to me?
Yes, I can.
Look how svelte and in shape Andy's figure is, and look how fat I am.
You're just wearing a big sweater. It's a hoodie.
Turn your sideways, Billy. That's the test.
Yeah.
Stick with that story.
Look. Debbie's like, okay, this is not.
We got a great
creepy.
question here in the chat for Jeff. Hey Jeff, have you got a preview page for it?
Tomorrow.
How to Draw Comics by Dan Lawless. Al Capone as a vampire is crazy cool, fun storytelling.
Dan,
yes,
by the way, has done a thoroughly kick-ass cover for it.
Ooh.
And it's a wraparound.
Let's bring this up real quick, though. How?
All right, so should I send an update tonight? I should send an update tomorrow. I'm not going to send an update tonight.
Yeah,
I know it's live.
Update. No big deal.
Yeah,
all right. Good night.
All right, let's wrap it, guys. Right, Billy?
Well, Scholar, we're going to talk. Andy's going to leave, and then you and I are going to talk.
Yeah, I got to take off.
All right, gentlemen. Andy,
what are you working on, Andy? What are you working on?
I can't actually say. It's not for one of my projects or anything. It's for a company that outside of comics, but actually a comic book type thing. So that's the best I can say.
Top secret.
No, my hair was. They
just
made my
say
hair
it's an
blue,
important.
and
It's an important project
hair.
for
I
a
gotta get some
client.
brown. I gotta get some brown or whatever, or yellow, and add to my hair. Hey, Andy, can you give a hint of what's coming after First Man 2 Learning Curve?
Yeah, it's not going to be volume 3. I'm going to take a little break and do something totally different with my buddy Dennis from the Dennis and Andy Show. It's fantasy oriented, I guess you would say.
Oh, like two masculine men on a fantasy
island?
On
an
Just
island?
to leave it at that, I'm working on since it's totally brand new. I've got character sketches and all that I'm working on, and I've got to get done before I can show anything and whatnot. So
Is this like an autobiography or true to life story? Maybe
it could be
like the Unforbidden Love.
Except the guy actually has hair, so probably not.
I can't quit you.
That's why
there's a lot of hair in waterfalls to whip the hair.
Oh, waterfalls! Oh my God, sparkling waterfalls.
Like an Irish Spring commercial.
But it's like warm water. It's like tropical waterfall, so there's no shrinkage. Well, there
That's right.
Shrinkage.
Temperature's just right.
There'll be no shrinkage in this anyway, will there?
No, it's warm enough water where there's enlargement.
Oh, it's dinosaur erotica.
Ooh,
No,
Didn't Mandy Summers did dinosaur erotica, didn't she? Wasn't there some like crazy like dinosaur something There was. I remember.
I think so.
She did.
All right, Billy, I will see you tomorrow on Graham's.
You got it, brother.
I don't know if I'll be there right at noon because my daughter's off from work and we always run around a little bit, but I will definitely try and hop on. So,
all right, pal.
I'll see you guys later. Take it easy,
later, brother.
Have a good one, Andy. Hey, Billy.
Yo.
For a little, should we open up a link and see if any viewers want to come in and say
Oh my
hi?
God, I would love for some viewers to come in.
Let's do that. We're gonna do that.
Chin is in. TJ.
I'm gonna put the link. The invite link, into the chat. I'm gonna pin it at the top. And
Scala, we're almost at $20,000.
I know you're at 19,800.
I'm gonna share it.
If anybody wants to come hang out for a little bit, the link is in the chat.
Link is in the chat. Come on in, guys. We're gonna have fun tonight. Let's have fun. Yes, of course, Christy. You have no idea what huge fans we are. We talk about you all the time.
I know. She was like, "Hey, I've got someone else who wants to come on the show." I'm like, "Only if they have a potty mouth.
Yeah.
We need that potty mouth." Let's see who pops in. Who's gonna come in? We got Christy's in. Here we go.
What's up, Christy?
Hey, it's going good. Here, I got to show you this drink I got.
Oh, what do you got?
What is it? It's weed and a Coke. What is it?
No, it's okay. So there's a place like in LA called San Gabriel Valley with Alhambra and what is it? Another place. Anyway. So they have this like mixed tea things like boba and shit, right? I'm pretty sure there's tons of places over there like boba and Asian teas and everything. And I got the coconut, the seductive coconut. No, there's no Spanish fly in this shit. And so it's like a coconut smoothie with like clear boba, and they put it in this fucking young coconut, and I get to eat the young coconut. This is what I got.
Oh, you get to eat that coconut?
Yeah.
Oh, make that big. Let me see that. Now.
See?
I am. I'm going. We're going in.
Yeah. See,
Look at that.
like that's
no
the young
shit.
coconut, and then they put the drink in here, and this is all yours for $10.
So I spent. My grandparents moved down to Fort Lauderdale, and they lived near the beach in like 1975, 74 when we were little kids, and we'd spent all our summers down there. And one of our favorite things was all coconut trees along the beach, and when they're on the ground, and then so my grandfather and my brothers and I had to be 10, and my brothers are younger than me, and he gave me a machete, and we would split these freaking coconuts and try to. Sometimes it was bad, it was disgusting, but to eat them, then you break them, and then we'd be chopping them up. My little brother Anthony was probably, he's 5 years old. He's like, I'm like, yeah, take it, and he would do it. Here we go with this sharp coke. My grandfather, Italian immigrant, he's like, oh, take that, go. I'm going fishing or whatever. And we would just break up coconuts and then eat them and bring them back. And my grandmother would make things with it and stuff. And I love fresh coconut. Oh, you just brought back memories I haven't thought of in 40 years.
Dude, like in the San Gabriel Valley, it's Alhambra, San Gabriel, and Monterey Park. That's where a lot of the Chinese and Taiwanese have, like the mainland Chinese and the Taiwanese have moved there.
Mm-hmm.
And and there's a lot of Vietnamese there too. So there's all types of fuck all food over there. Like literally there's going to be like Hong Kong and Taiwanese style cafes, and they'll serve you like filet mignon for like $25 for a full course meal.
Oh my God.
Oh, damn.
It's nice to see you
I'm
get some
down
kind
for
of
that.
bargain around here, especially in California. You're like New York and Connecticut. It's insane.
Oh yeah, like downtown LA. Like I was meeting up with a friend at dinner. I swear to God, like I felt like the president of the United States. Like lately, I was hearing her talk. I was listening to your stream, and I was paying attention to everything else. Like there was a time where I had like 3 different YouTube like videos up, listening to stuff. And it's just I'm sitting here, and then like I'm listening to you and listening to her, and we're also eating like dinner at a K barbecue place. Well, it's a K Korean tofu house and everything.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that Koreatown in New York when we were in school was on like it's, and now Koreatown's actually getting bigger. It's like 29th Street to 36th, 37th Street. Niall, I don't know if you ever went there around the Madison Square Garden area, Koreatown.
I think
oh my God,
did.
we would go there. Me, like Jimmy, Casada, a couple of other guys. We live in the city. Like, hey, let's go get some Korean. We go there at like 10. These restaurants be open till like 1 o'clock in the morning. And you get the bowls you pack and all that stuff. Like you can pack as much meat as you want into this. And it was like $8. Yeah. And then, we'd just be drinking beers and it was so great. Oh my God.
Yeah, like
I'm hungry
it's
now.
because when I went to K-Town, it's weird because like my ethnicity is Korean. So when I went to New York City, I was actually kind of surprised how stacked K-Town was, because I'm used to like California K-Towns, like there's one up in, you know, Silicon Valley and stuff. And there's like there was like in California we're used to stuff like open and flat, like strip malls and shit like that. But it's like in New York, it's like it's stacked on top of each other, restaurants and shit. So that was kind of me.
Oh, we got TJ James in the house.
TJ!
Hey, TJ, what's up?
Hey guys.
TJ, say hello to Christy.
Hello. Oh wait, I can't hear you.
He's muting himself. Stop muting yourself.
Why are you muting yourself?
Say hello to Christy. Turn your thing on.
There we go.
There you go.
I had
brother.
not too bad. How you doing, man?
You know, we're doing good, man. We're hanging out. We're hoping to pass 20,000. Oh, geez, we did.
Oh, yeah, you've already. Man.
Woo! Oh my God, guys! I didn't even have to say, Deb. I hope you're still awake. Christy, my wife is sick, so she's in bed. She's got a cold, and I had the cold last week, and she got it. But I don't know what to say. Holy crap! This is
the new prosthetic leg. This is wonderful.
Oh, Christy, this is why I like doing. And TJ, I know that you. I don't know if you pledge on one campaign or not, but
oh yeah,
I'm all for the like I said, Nile with the No Fan Left Behind campaign, and do something special. We're gonna do something with Kickstarter. Do something special, make an exclusive edition for it or whatever, and direct something towards that audience. You know. And it's wonderful, and they respond. This is, I think, our last campaign for Haikyo. I think our total on Kickstarter was $43,000, and we've coming close to doubling that in our first less than 2 hours.
Yeah.
So thank you. Did Niall steal my avatar, my Paul Lind avatar?
I believe so.
You bastard, Chrissy! See, he stole my Paul Lind avatar.
Oh no, you better steal something else of his.
I'm gonna go like fire tonight. I'll tell you that. We're gonna be like fire tonight. I don't know if you ever seen this. I've taken this from Ethan's channel, and have you ever heard of Gunther, Christy, and the Sunshine Girl? Gunther is a German institution. He is a superstar, right, TJ?
Yep.
He is a rock god. So let's have a little Gunther, and let's play a little fire tonight. Trust me, Christy, it's going to be. This is life changing.
It's an experience.
The musical attributes and gravita. Let's leave it at that. Is unparalleled in pop music.
Oh no! Oh God!
Oh, yeah.
No, not this. That's an
This isn't a Euro.
Yeah, it's like Eurovision or something.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Wait, why are the chicks doing most of the work? God damn.
That's what I'm saying. He's got the best deal. All I'm gonna say is fire tonight.
Pushing him back in his bed.
Yes.
It's like a Mortal Kombat voice.
Fucking Roman candles.
Oh my god.
The best ever. Ever.
Hey, you know what the best thing is? Everybody looks at that and says, "Hey, maybe I could have been a singer too." You know?
Yeah.
I could have done that.
The duck lip sells it.
Yes, it
for
does.
Sure.
Now, Christy, here's the thing, Christy, is that I bought you and I tickets and Niall to see Gunther playing at the Hollywood Bowl
Gunther, Billy.
On May 13th.
Gunther.
How brilliant is that? Come on. That is so great and brilliant.
But have you guys ever seen the David Hasselhoff Hooked on a Feeling video?
Oh god.
No.
Sounds
good.
It's Gunther quality.
Shut up.
Oh no.
Scallop, we cannot play it or we're going to get a strike.
I don't know. I'm contemplating. I'm like, are we going to get a strike?
Well, listen. Literally, you can watch the first couple of seconds of it and just feel the power coming from it.
Is there a ooga whatever in it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Scala.
TJ, put the link in the private chat.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, TJ, find it.
Dan, how are you doing? Glad you popped on.
Dan, tell us what's going on, bro.
What's going on, Dan?
Well, two-fisted manly tails.
That's right.
Dan, that's got to be one of the most dynamic comic book covers I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Hang on, my wife is calling. Let me see if she's going to
What
yell
was
at
the
me.
inspiration?
I'll put her on
What kind of
speaker.
emotions were you feeling when you laid
Hello?
out that cover, Dan?
Wait a second.
I'm not taking his video. I'm sharing it with like fire tonight. Okay. All right. Love you. Bye.
Wait, we can't.
I'm
What?
ripping Ethan off. She's like, don't rip Ethan off.
Oh, it's fine.
Like, be original. But
I think everybody. It's
We
universal.
come up with a lot of
Everybody-
ideas people take, Billy.
Ethan's never played David Hasselhoff, right, TJ?
What's that?
Ethan's never played David Hasselhoff.
I don't think.
I don't think either. So, all right. So maybe.
I don't know many people who would dare.
Oh, is it that good?
Oh, it's amazing.
Okay, now I gotta see it.
there.
I think that could be a perfect way to let us say goodnight to everybody.
Later on in the video.
Christy, let's check out Demon Bitch. Can we do that?
All right, we'll do that. Hold on.
I have it here.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
I already got it. David Hasselhoff.
Man, you got it like ready, like a fucking
I'm
like
feeling.
AR-15. Oh, I said that. That's awful.
Demon Bitch. You all suck. Let's play the video for everyone.
Yeah.
I have my audio. Yeah, I do. Okay.
Hello, all. It's me again, Christy Shin, owner of Horror Taurus Studios, located in smoggy old Los Angeles, California. I'm the creator of Demon Bitch, a godforsaken demon from the 13th pit of hell, where people throw their dog shit in gum wrappers. She aspires to be hell's general, but is an incredible idiot as Armageddon hasn't happened yet. Or hasn't. Well, that's a debate for another time. Demon Bitch is so easily distracted by hard drugs, promiscuous sex, and other dumb attention-seeking shit that she hasn't made anything of herself yet. You might recall my other successful Kickstarter campaigns, Demon Bitch, I Told You So, and Demon Bitch Off the Wagon Panhandling Tour. And if you help contribute to making those campaigns, thank you, because there's more. In this installment, I am introducing a new graphic novel of hers called Triggered. What can I say? That pretty much describes the state of the world in the past 2 years. Anyway, it's a compilation of when Demon Bitch was stuck inside my very house and I had to do everything in my power to keep from going nuts. Also, we've got a computer game in the mix entitled Demon Bitch Disgusting Dumpster Fire. It's a game centered around Demon Bitch getting, well, attention. She always needs more. It's your job to get her some and fulfill that black hole she has inside of herself unless she learns to love herself. Fuck that. You'll have to maintain it by getting her likes on social media by acting pathetic through dishonest means and stupid antics, of which I'm sure is pretty amusing to everyone. Anyway, the first level of this game will be available to beta test by July 2022. We're working feverishly on it on our own self-induced slave labor camps, and we're probably going to break down and cry soon. And of course, we are introducing more swag and buyable shit to make the deal sweeter. First of all, we have art from the pair at Hyde Hermit Studios. They provided the best ever fucking artwork for this stuff to buy. We have the Tamabichi pins and original art by Ninja Kai via aka Connie Huang. Just looking at her stupid fucking face will make you want one. We have Demon shit in both a patch and sticker by Alice Hoisington. He really loves this shit. Please get it because it will make him so happy. And I like making people happy. Last but not least, we also have artwork in the form of a charm and pin from Mary Zorlita Bellamy. Remember Animu Demon? That will now be a charm to grace your purse, your backpack, and your legal sack of goods. I'm not getting into that because I ain't no snitch. Also, we will showcase a signed 3-print pack, of which you can buy each one separately of Demon Bitch being, well, Demon Bitch. We also have stretch goals. Past a certain point, we will make Triggered into a hardcover option, as well as pasties, and maybe some magnets or whatever I can pull out of my ass at the last minute if this thing explodes. Either way, it will be fun. Imagine having Demon Bitch magnet on your fridge. Well, maybe not. Either way, I've been good at getting the shit to you folk. Back me again for another hell-laden and dysfunctional ride to the literary side, and may your temperature rise with the tide.
Nice.
Excellent.
Wow. Excellent.
All I can say is, Christy, your parents must be so proud.
Kind of.
Yes, they are.
Where is this coming from? Christy, where is this coming from? This
The what? Which bit?
the whole character, the whole idea.
Oh, what it is, I moved to LA and I ended up hating some people, so I started drawing fucked up shit about them.
So from the gut, okay.
Yeah, it was based on girls I hate, like chicks that were like addicted to cocaine and pretending they were models or something, but they were really big pains of asses and the biggest mooches, so I started fucking making fun of them.
Cheaper than therapy.
Oh, it's great. It's great. I think one of them actually told me I should go get fucked by a blender, and I started laughing at them.
Hey, that's a special message I got.
Will there be a crossover between this and Roach Balls?
Like Lisa, when you come
You know,
across,
people are asking about Roach Balls. I talked to the dude at Roach Balls. Rich is awesome. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's the first time anybody's presented it. I guess if enough people presented to him, that'd be fine.
You know, maybe you should do it like one of the, a battle, like how they always have, Batman versus Spider-Man or something. They could cross over.
That would probably.
I
be
think
good.
these guys duke it out.
Oh yeah, but I mean, Demon Bitch is well. It's funny because I had a young girl actually told me, like, doesn't this like encourage violence against women? Because Demon Bitch is a female. I said no, she's a demon. Fuck her. But yeah, actually,
now, Chrissy, I mean, this is so brilliant and unique. Have you gotten any reaches, for animation or anything like that? Because I mean, even the style, it seems like it really would fit. Like, have you gotten approached for this? Because it seems like a perfect fit for some.
I've had some people approach me. I've actually pitched once. I got some advice, and I just somehow got to talk to an animation studio, but that didn't go through. And there's some other stuff happening. I mean, I don't want to say it out loud and proud right now, but I'm kind of in the mode for that, if that makes sense. I can talk about it off, but I'm just kind of like, stuff is happening.
All right, Leah, let's keep that mojo. Yeah, let's not break that karma up.
Hey, that's the way it works, though. Like, that when it comes from the heart, that's like Stan Lee and Spider-Man. It's like he just decided, hey, I'm gonna do what I really wanted to do all along, and it tends to sell. People recognize it, I think.
But Dan, it does sell, right? And Niall, I mean, we've had on this show, we're approaching 500 episodes.
Yes.
And Niall, what would you say? 90% of them are crowdfunding comics where we bring in other creators, and you see the people that are doing this, and we've had them on, nice people and all, but you could see the campaigns that maybe were just created because they want a movie deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you see one, how can I'm trying to say it.
Yeah, I know.
They had the vision of the movie and it didn't work out. So what they did, it's like, well, how can I get my vision out there? So, obviously you're doing film, right? You have storyboarding and stuff like that. So they just take their script and they adapt it for comics, right? Because really that's the best way. If you have a script that you can't get out there and you kind of want people to see the vision you have, then you take that and you put it into comics, because that's like your storyboard right there. That's a fine finished storyboard. And that's why I think the big two have just turned into movie farms, script farms. And what they do is they bring in artists and writers to put this together. And then it's like, what can we do with this?
See, you understand my rage when it comes to Aliens and Alien versus Predator, why they fucked up those movies so bad.
Oh,
that made me pissed. And it's like, you fucking have the comics right there. Fuck you, kind of thing.
Yeah, but you see, because I remember I was pitching She and I guess we had a She deal and talking to some of the producers, and they were the mindset back then, Chrissy, was like, why would we waste 2 franchises on this? We can just make another Predator film and another Alien film. Why take away one movie to make, to take 2? We could have 2 movies. Why make one movie and rob those 2 franchises? It was this insane mentality. But again, a lot of people that I met in Hollywood, and I've had my adventures early. If you watch with Steve Peros and I were talking with our pitches and stuff like that, I can't tell you how many guys Uncle Bob got him a job.
Oh
or
yeah,
Uncle Charlie. That's why they're here, because Uncle Charlie, was a head accountant for MGM or something, and that's how he's got this position. There's so much nepotism; it's unbelievable there.
Yeah, I can believe it. I mean, it's just like for me. There's been some stuff happening in recent times, and I'm like, okay, sure, So I'm just going with it, and it's kind of nice. But yeah, I mean, it's just weird because it's like I've had repeated people come up to me and do it, but it's like sometimes they say, well, you should just go and pitch. It's like it's not quite that simple, guys. Like sometimes you have to have an agent, you have to have an in. Like it has to be the right time, and the problem is that. You got to let it happen or something, or you have to have an agent. And I don't have an agent. So I'm just like,
that's again, that is a frustrating part. And I think all of us is, obviously we're all fans of film too. And how cool would that be to have a movie made or a television series or something like that. And we get lost in that, you get caught up in that whole thing. Like
that
somebody
whole
wants
rat
to meet
race,
you and talk to you about Demon Bitch. Hey, let's make Demon and Bitch, and it's going to be a fucking R-rated, NC-17 movie, or a TV series. We don't give a fuck. It's going to be a Vice, but like, oh my god, yeah. And then they'll take it in, and then they're like, well, we love everything about this now. Go change A, B, and C.
Yeah.
I like it when sometimes the fans go, you just can animate it, can't you? And I'm like, I know animation. I know how to do it. I just don't want to spend all my time doing that shit right now. I mean, I can do it. Like some of the animations that were shown in the video, I did. They were just fuck off animations, but it's like, I don't want to spend my time animating. I mean, I'll do it if I have to, but it's
a
like
lot of work. Yeah.
But that could be another crowdfunded campaign that you have your built-in audience now. So say you want to make a 5-minute or a short, you want to make a Demon Bitch short. And you don't have to necessarily do it. You could, if you have friends that do it as well, or if you do want to do it and you have the time, but you make that a campaign, and it's not a published book. It's actually a Demon Bitch short film, and then you could put that, and then you could submit that to festivals, whatever. That's your whole plan. What's up, Sim?
Hey, Sim. Simon in the house.
What's happening?
How's it going, Christy? What's up now?
What's going on?
Awesome to be with you on stream, Billy.
That, but that might be a really cool avenue, because we saw what Narwhal did. I don't know if you know who Narwhal is, and he has an Indiegogo for Nosferatu. He's doing an adaptation of Moreau's Nosferatu, and it is stunning. And he animated
his style.
TJ, did you see his trailer and all?
Yeah, the trailer is fantastic.
Oh, and I'm like, dude, you should, your next crowdfunding campaign, your next Indiegogo, make a film, Because then you could raise 100,000, 200. I don't know. I'm just saying, throwing it out there. But I think that's a natural progression for us, especially those of us who are frustrated with Hollywood, with the animation studios. Oh, you talk to overseas, China, Japan. We met with a Japanese representative about doing stuff like that, and heck, what about making a campaign to make an animated film, to make a film?
Really, I mean, look what happened to Jeff Smith.
Right, and that's Jeff. Right, and Jeff had big deals, bro.
Huge deals.
You're talking huge deals, and it's and that would be huge to do a Bone film. You know how big that would be, and these people just don't get it. It's crazy.
I bet you they were messing with the vision of it, and I feel like it was. I bet it was headbutting. There's probably things going on that they were trying to mess with, because Bone is it's like a cult classic, man, right? It's just, it's that epic, I want you to have the whole story. Like that omnibus is just, it's massive. And his vision, again, as we were talking earlier in the show, the lines and stuff it's just, visually it's perfect for the characters he created and the story he created, for this fantasy world. And I really think they were taking it in a direction that he didn't really want to go. And I bet I'm wondering if that's what really broke it apart. I mean, we won't know. No one's going to really tell us yet, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, the same thing with The Goon. If you ever saw Eric Powell's The Goon, I mean, it's made for animation. It made for
Did you see the
like
3D animated trailer?
Yes, I did.
What?
Did you see the 3D animated trailer that Blur
Yes,
Studio did to try to get the movie deal?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, that was awesome.
It was so
But
cool.
then look, Dan Sakai's got Usagi coming out on Netflix.
Yeah, thank God. Yeah, thank God for that.
But it's not.
But it doesn't look like his art.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it was adapted. I mean, obviously to bring in a younger audience. It's on Netflix Kids, right? If you go into like the kids profile, it's there. They brought the name and stuff, but I don't know how much of it is like true to the traditional story.
I remember when they brought over Usagi when they had the original Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
The original cartoon. They brought him over a few times. So that was like the closest thing I had about Usagi. And then I would read the crossovers, like they had Usagi. The one that I remember is when in Usagi Yojimbo, where they brought over one, I think it was Leonardo. He time traveled or something, and he went back and he met Usagi.
Mm-hmm. And Usagi gets pretty brutal and violent. The comics. Lopping heads off and decapitations and swordplay and fights and arrows through people and so it's.
There was Guru that was in a similar style back then by Sergio Aragones.
Well, it's weird because it's like it was gory, but it wasn't, and it was almost really still cartoonish by Stan Sakai.
Yeah.
It was like odd because you had arrows going into people, and then they get killed by their head chopped off. It wasn't like overtly gory, like if you look at fucking Lone Bear and Cub, Lone Wolf.
Yeah.
Lone Wolf and Cub. I'm a little wolf out right now because I took some allergy medicine and now it's making me loopy. But it's like Lone Wolf and Cub, like that fucking shit was bloody. I read that shit when I was a kid. I was like,
and it's like black and white. And I have a couple volumes right here.
We should have Stan on. He said he'd come on. We should get him on.
What?
I never found
Stan on. He said he would come on.
That
Stan said he'd come on. I owe Stan a book because he did the afterword for the omnibus.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
No, I really enjoy Lone Wolf and Cub and the sci-fi adaptation they did too. Lone Wolf and Cub 2000 something was pretty good too.
Oh, they did? Holy shit!
Yeah.
It didn't feel that gory to me though because the blood is black ink. It's different.
Well, it's more artistic, but it's funny too because they had Zatoichi. So you had Shintaro Katsu, and then his brother. I forgot his brother's name. He played Lone Wolf and Cub. He played the main guy in Lone Wolf and Cub, so that was interesting to me too.
Did you guys ever hear Ralph Bakshi lately just talking about films and like what he's him saying what you can do now? If he goes, if I was young, I'd be making so many films because all you need is it's a small setup really that you need to make films now.
But that's what I'm working on my first episode for the Tales from the Netverse right now.
That's awesome. So we got Simon on. Simon's been on the
let's see the video, bro.
His campaign has 3 days left, so when I saw him in the chat, I was like, you gotta come on. So let's check it out. I'm gonna play your campaign video, and then Simon, tell us a bit about the campaign.
Perfect. Oh, there's no sound.
Wow. 2, an 80-page full-color anthology series by Sim. Wait, is this an original soundtrack? What the? Animation and an original soundtrack? That's so cool. Okay, back to the book. In this series, you will get 3 stories plus 1 extra unlockable story if we reach 10K during funding. Milani, Murder Doll, 13 pages. Matt the Merc, Planet 69, 37 pages. Milani, Metal Valkyrie, 28 pages. And Nat the Merc, Blood Brothers Part 2, 13 pages. Damn! Check out this sexy Lawani digital painting print by Sim. And this amazing Sim and Inkspot's heavy metal style cover. The book is 69% done. We got more 6 a.m. stickers to be unlocked and a free sketch card to every physical backer when we reach 15K.
That's
Tales from that verse 2, only on Indiegogo.
And right now, till we reach the end of the funding, everybody that backs during funding gets a free sketch card. So I'm like giving you free shipping.
Nice.
Hey, Sim, I gotta ask you something. As a businessman, why so big, bro?
What do you mean? Why so big?
Well, it's huge. The book, 80 pages.
Mm-hmm. It's one. It's my side of like trying to give more like 4 or 5 floppy a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was inspired by the heavy metal model mixed with remember the super size issue we used to have from Marvel and DC?
Yeah,
come with 3 to 5 floppies in it. So that was my approach. And since I'm from Canada, I needed to find a way to make my campaign more appealing for the people paying international shipping. So I'm like, if I'm going to charge you $25 for shipping, I might as well give you your money's worth for that $25-$30 book. So that's why I went with the 60 model. But every time I unlocked the extra pages for 80, so I started at 80 with that one instead of 64.
Mm-hmm.
And right now we can unlock we can go up to 96 page, and that extra story is already pencil and ink. The only thing I have left to do right now is 15 pages of that Planet 69 story. Right now, Beacon is coloring his pages, and that's all that we have to do is coloring and doing the lettering and stuff like that.
Nice. I love the colors, dude. It's just that everything pops so cool. I love it.
Yeah.
I like that. I like all the covers, but I like the first one.
Clean, you know,
the first cover.
The painted one.
This one here, right?
That's wild.
That's total heavy metal right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like,
I love that, man.
I penciled it, and Inkspot went over it and painted over, and the mix of it was like we wanted it to look like a mix of Bisley and Frazetta. I think we succeeded.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. And judging from your voice, you're not a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, are you?
Actually, I'm not a big hockey fan, but yeah, you got it right.
From Quebec?
My team would be Canadians.
Yeah, are you from Quebec?
Yeah, I'm from Quebec, Montreal.
All right, go Habs.
I'm kind of laughing because I remember talking to Chris long ago. He's one of, I guess, the editors now at Heavy Metal. I think it's changed around a bit, but I was telling him, like, you know, I kind of like the fact that like Heavy Metal is going back to titties, because the thing is, before we used to have titties and like fucking, you know, shooting each other and stuff, and then for a while in the early 2000s, then they kind of just had regular people, which is fine, but you kind of wanted the titties and the crazy proportions.
Yeah,
and I'm glad to see you getting back to that. And he started laughing.
That's when I came out with the first issue, people were saying that it was the more metal than heavy metal book because they were woke. And like to add to what you were saying, it's I wanted to come in and establish a character before, and I was trying to figure out how can I establish a character before I tell you this big story. So that's why the idea of doing the anthology series that builds up in one universe came from, because I can introduce you all type of characters. I can even tell you a story of a bad guy, and you won't know until he comes into play.
Nice.
So that's the type of thing that I'm having fun. I'm jumping from like the timeline, so they're not like all sequential, but you place them by yourself because I'm leaving you the hints.
Oh, nice. I like that.
And that's what I love about this whole crowdfunding comics platform is that, you know, you could do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, it's back to the good old days. Remember, it's the same thing with the movies. Before we got Star Wars, we got Alien because they were experimental movies. Yeah. They were allowed to experiment and try new things.
He's slapping his hands right now because he's
it's calm. They don't get that anymore. Like everything has to be in that cookie cut jar. And even Quentin Tarantino says it. You need to learn the rules, follow the rules. There's a certain way to write a story. Okay, you learn it, forget it, then step out of the bounds.
Yeah,
I like the fact that Nat looks like a total fucking Chad, and it's awesome.
Thanks. But if you pay attention, the one of the points of his design is his profile is a quarter moon, so the hair and the pinch does a quarter moon.
Oh, I like that guy.
Dude, that's badass.
Yeah, like Heavy Metal. The thing about Heavy Metal was kind of cool is that you had the really good art, but it was almost this cartoonishly, freakishly fucking weird stories and everything. Some of it made no sense. You're like, what the fuck are they talking about? But you just like the art.
Yeah, and I was a huge fan of Heavy Metal 2000 AD, and if you guys remember Alien Legion,
yes,
from Epic Comics, like not a lot of people remember them, but it's one of my favorite series.
Was the artist Frank Kokoro, or I forget his last name? But oh my gosh, his art was fantastic. In that.
Yes,
I watched Heavy Metal when it was still bootlegged.
This actually reminds me of Heavy Metal when you're a little kid, you get in trouble if you got caught reading it.
Yeah,
I will give them that. But no, when I was saying, I actually watched, like when I was in college with the Statesme, it's like I was with a guy and he had the heavy metal like movie, but remember how it was like not allowed to be shown for years because of the issues with the soundtrack. Like there was legalities with the soundtrack and everything, and finally they released it. I think in the mid 90s. I think it was like early to mid 90s that they finally released it. But I remember watching it when it was like just fucking like bootlegged.
Oh man,
I
I love
remember
those two
seeing
animated
it when it
movies.
came out with the Stern. I remember,
that
I think Wrightson worked on that. I think.
Yep.
On that.
It's his comic book. Yeah, I have the original here.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know, tell you guys, I always thought they're going to make an Alien Legion movie. I would be
They were
surprised if
supposed
they
to.
still are going to, because what a great bunch of characters. That the one guy who was like a snake, who had the snake body. You remember him?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that was cool.
No, they'd rather spend their money on another, romantic comedy that bombs and no one goes to see.
The other day,
There's
Call was on
something.
Call was on my
I
parents'
cannot
channel.
remember where I seen it, but there is somewhere on the internet somewhere an article where they talked about what happened about the Alien Legion film, and the fact that they really wanted to change the basic premise of the whole thing, and the guy said no, and oh my lord, there we go.
I can't stop
talking.
this feeling.
I didn't mean to do that. I was just trying to make it bigger. I know it was going to start.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry. Please
Sorry,
continue.
Dan.
My God, dude.
It's too funny.
No, but you're right. Carl Potts was on Mike Barron's channel the other day, and he was talking about the fact of how it was locked in technically production hell. Like they paid for the rights to produce it, but it never happened. And they tried to sell the rights to somebody else that was interested, but they had to pay the initial fee of the previous one, so that got dropped. But he said that there was something maybe in the works right now.
Yeah, it was Disney.
Yeah, it was Disney.
Yeah, Disney got the rights, and
Sorry, we'll see. We'll have you on again. Sorry, bro. Sorry, I apologize. I just want to.
well, and they spent like, what was it, $6 million or something like that, doing all the pre-production stuff before they finally said, we're not going to do it. But if they wanted to sell the rights to another company, that other company had to reimburse Disney the $6 million.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's called turnaround. Yeah, that's turnaround. That's called turnaround. So they basically have to pay the previous producer, whatever, the money they put into it.
So they kept it in production hell like that for
And
years.
sometimes it works. Believe it or not, a lot more often than you would think it does work. But then there's a lot when it doesn't. So it's just another story, right? It's another story.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that's like why. I mean, it's like I said, the dream is to chase that. How great would it be to go to a premiere, right, and see your creation on the silver screen, or on the a Netflix type of thing or something like that. But don't chase it. Let it come to you.
Oh,
and you got to be confident about it. You have to be confident in your own property, and you got to play hardball with them in a way.
Yeah, you got to play hardball, because the stories I hear for the guys that have had their IPs and stuff adapted for TV and stuff, they really didn't make much money, and B, they kind of lost, like, the vision of their character got lost on screen, and when they put their input in, it was kind of like, yep, and they were kind of pushed aside, so yeah, you definitely have to play hardball. Make sure that contract's tight. You're creative.
Don't sign the first contract and get one of those contract lawyers to go over it.
Yeah, well, that's
don't lose your creative freedom on it. You're consulting on it. It's got to be, they need to understand what your vision is, and if they truly want to adapt it, they need to know what it's really about. But the problem is they're going to take your thing and then they're going to just look at what, I hate, harping on this, but they're going to see what the current agenda is, and they're going to make sure that storyline is going to fall in where it needs to be.
That's one of the reasons why I'm worried about, like, they're just announced they're going to be adapting one of my favorite comic books into a movie called The Inkle. And it's Jodorowsky, and they went to get Wachiki, the guy that did Thor.
Yeah, Mobius, huh?
Yeah, and I'm kind of nervous, to be quite honest.
Excuse me.
Well, that's got to be that is a strange story. I really like Mobius a lot, but to make that, I mean, it's got a lot of possibilities.
So all I gotta say is this: it's like there's a lot of poor famous people. Why? They didn't wait. They didn't play hardball. it's like you've got to go, as you said, have like a fucking professional look over it. Make sure you're not.
Well, listen to this, Christy. So Graham Nolan, who was on earlier, Graham and Chuck Dixon, two huge comic book legends, they co-created Bane. Right?
Okay.
Bane was the star of the Dark Knight, the last Dark Knight film, right? And the co-star. He had more screen time than Batman did, right?
Yeah.
That movie grossed over $1 billion.
Yeah.
Graham and Chuck got paid, I think, $1,200 each in royalties.
That's bullshit, dude.
That's it.
But when for a character, it's not like Bucky, like Brubaker took Bucky and then made him the Winter Soldier. It was already an established character. That there's an argument there you can have. An unfair argument, I'd say. But here's a character that two
what they call the derivative characters.
Creators molded, and it's a completely new character out of nothing, right? And brought this character to DC Comics and made this a huge part of DC Comics lore and canon. It makes a film. He's the head villain. Again, he was in this. He had more screen time than Christian Bale did as Batman, and all they get on the royalties is that amount. It's disgusting.
Yeah, you have to play your cards right. You really have to play hard to get sometimes. I'm not saying like you play games. It's just like, look, no, I just want something better.
Yeah, and that's what shows about the mainstream too. Is that the Marvel and DC, the big two, and I have a lot of friends that work there, and friends people I've been friends with for decades, almost 3 decades, and many of them I love. But how much is it worth it to work for them? Because they let you know immediately that you don't own these characters, right? They will then dictate things to you. They will take characters away from you in midstream. They will ask you to make a pitch. You will spend a month working on breaking down each. Say it's a 6-issue miniseries, and I've done this. I've spent 2-3 weeks breaking down a 6-7 issue series, right, of what this is, and totally investing myself, Dan, throwing myself into the characters, research the whole thing, buying comics, buying old stuff, and then you're waiting for them to do this, and then like, dude, what's up with this? I spent a month on this, and like, oh yeah, well, we're doing this with that character today, so what you came up with really doesn't gel with our current continuity.
Yeah.
So you just spent a month working full time on something like this, and Darwin Cook actually made Dan DiDio pay him.
I was just going to say, and you're not getting paid.
You better pay me. You came to me. I sent you a pitch. You accepted it, and now you want me to break this book down into a series, which he did, right? A mini series, whatever, 6 issues or so, 2-3 weeks of work, and Darwin was right spot. He's like, no, I want to get paid for this. You know, I did this on faith. You sent it to go. My editor, you signed me an editor. We're going to do this, and now you're telling me that you're going to table it. Well, I want to get paid for it. And Dan's a stand-up guy, DiDio. He really is. And Dan paid him. But see, I was at a convention, and we were talking about artists charging to be attendees at conventions, right? You get invited as a guest to go to a show, and you don't ask for business class. You don't ask for an appearance fee. Most comic artists don't do that. Writers don't. Comic people don't do that because we love this. That's why we love doing this. Yeah. So I was talking to Robin Moore, and Robin Moore and I were walking at that South Carolina con, and she said, "See those people right there? All the like cartoon voice actors. Well, there's no one on their line waiting. There's like 2 people, right?" She goes, each one of those people get paid $10,000 appearance.
Yep.
And they get flown in first class. If they can't accommodate
all expenses,
business class.
All expenses paid. Yep.
And she goes, you know why comic people don't get this? I'm like, well, why? She goes, because we don't ask.
Because we're too nice.
Yeah. We're too good.
Not always true.
No. I mean, look at Neil Adams. You can say what you want about Neil Adams, right? But he championed creators' rights, and the same thing with Larry Hama. That I was at that show. That Larry Hama came up to me at a con when Larry got there. Now Larry was probably 70 years old. Now he's a fucking stud 70-year-old. You think he's 50, and he's like, where's the green room? I want to get a cup of coffee. To the show promoter, and the show promoter goes, oh, there is no green room for you. And he's like, what? He's like, I guess it's a double X Comic Con. There's no, I can't get a cup of coffee or a bottle of water. He's like, no, that's reserved for the celebrities.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah.
They bought lunch for Inc. Right, Sim? They bought lunch for the celebrities. They had a whole spread. They had breakfast, coffee, the whole a room, and us comic creators who were like I said, we didn't play Zombie number 3 on the left in episode 10 of season 6 of Walking Dead. But so these people are getting treated like red carpet treatment, and here we are there, and we got to drive to the convention center ourselves. We don't have a ferry, we don't have a shuttle, we don't have the green room, we don't have a per diem, all this stuff, and
if it wasn't for the comics, they wouldn't be any of these movies.
And the show is called, the so-and-so Comic-Con. Yeah, and Larry then, by his right mind, then bitched about it. And someone picked it up. He tweeted it out, and Bleeding Fool or someone picked it up, and they promoted it. And he was right that you can't have a cup of coffee. You can't get a cup of coffee if you're a guest at a Comic-Con. They're using your name. He's not asking for an appearance fee. All he's asking for is that you pay my hotel room, give me a free table, and get me there.
I remember I used to go to cons, and they used to charge you maybe 150 to 250 max for a table. You would go there, you'd have coffee. You maybe have sometimes a little bagel or something, but you'd always have coffee, or you could order some stuff, and they would come bring it to your table. And the last times I went, Bisley, Fabry, and all this, they couldn't even get something to drink.
Yeah,
so we had to organize ourselves and go get everything.
Since 1979, 78, right? He's a fucking rock star. This guy.
Oh my God, he put G.I. Joe on the map.
Yeah.
Mark Hodges that runs Grand Rapids Comic Con, he takes care of his people.
Yeah.
He gets you a table, a hotel, everything, right? And there's people coming to your table during the day. You need anything, they'll go get it for you and bring it to you.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Mark takes care of people.
Well, there are guys like that. There are like our buddy Mitch, right? Up at the
Terrificon.
Mitch, that is a Comic-Con. You have Mark Nathan and Shelley Nathan for the Baltimore Comic-Con. They treat us like gold. You have Robert and Michelle Young for the South Carolina Con. Same thing, right? They treat they know it's a comic. They're comic fans. They're retailers. Most of them are retailers. And Mitch isn't. But they have they know what it's like, and they appreciate the comic book creators.
Yeah.
Hey, Billy, you remember we were one of the first to do that at Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
We took, for lunch, we ran and grabbed freaking boxes of burgers and stuff and took them around. We took water.
Yeah, they bring burgers to you. They bring boxes, and then it became like sandwiches after the burgers got, they get sandwiches and a little box with you want turkey? Do you want turkey, ham, or vegetable or whatever, But it was a box with chips and apple, and it was a nice lunch that I would buy anyway.
Hey, what do you guys think of Motor City Comic Con?
I've been Motor City Comic Con in a long time. We have family in Motor City. I friends with the Goldens, So
because if they still own it,
I haven't been there in a long time. But they again, another one that's a real Comic Con.
Yeah, I used to. I used to go there as a guest, and they treated you really well. They took you out to dinner and everything. So
yeah,
I don't know if they still do that, but.
The same thing with me, when I got asked for Colossus Girl Entertainment, I just got introduced to the boss, and we just hung out, all of us. And I hung out with his staff, and I got along really well with everybody. And they just said, "Yeah, I'll fly you out here, all the appearances you want to do." And he provided food, coffee, everything. I mean, I was right there, so I could just go get it. They didn't need to get it for me, but they just said they were just real nice. It's I was one of those people. I forgot my badge because I had left it in the bag. Yeah. They gave me a welcome bag, in Idaho, and it's at the bottom of the bag, and I kept fucking forgetting. And they were so cool. They were just oh yeah, I'll talk to the security. I'll let you in. And so it's I went in and did whatever. But yeah, they treated me real nice too. So it's
Reed does that, and Reed took us to the London Comic Con. Mike Negan ran it, and it was phenomenal. And we had this green room, and there were stars there. But he had John Romita, Frank Miller, Jimmy and Amanda were there, Debbie and I were there. It was insane. Adi Granov was there. It was an amazing amazing convention. But the green room is all the cartoonists and comic book. I'm a cartoonist. I call myself a cartoonist. But like you have the comic people and the movie stars. And Frank Miller was there, and Chris Claremont was there, and you should have seen the actors coming up to them.
Yeah, because the actors
it was amazing, and they had food. They had the vegan thing. They had the meat for people like me. It was.
Hey guys, I got to take off. I got to go on Gabe's show. Gabe, I'll tell you, he's got a show going on. We do this every week on Tuesday. So I got
tell Gabe we love him.
Yeah, thanks. Nice to meet you, Billy. Nice to meet you now, all you guys.
See you, Dan. Don't be a stranger, Dan. Come on.
Right, thanks. Right,
Yeah. So, but yeah, it just came at the wrong time because I was wondering, right before COVID, I was wondering, I'm thinking of going into out of state ones. How do I do this? Because, you have to figure out a whole bunch of costs and stuff if you're not a guest.
Mm-hmm.
Then I ended up meeting up with a person that I became a guest at. So it's I'm a guest at all the cons that they do. It's Colossus Girl Entertainment. And they treat me real nice. And I'm really happy so far. So it's really cool.
It's great that you have, right. And it's what's kind of sad though, is, and TJ, like I said, you do a bunch of the shows stuff, but you're kind of shocked that they treat you like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, wow, oh my God, which
I took the time to ask them.
Never expect it, right?
I took the time to ask them, why do they still keep the name Comic Con, right? Here in Montreal, stuff like that. Why are you keeping Comic Con? Why don't you just make a Star Con, like a movie con or a TV con? And their answer was, we tried, it doesn't make money.
Right.
People don't show up just for that.
Right.
So can we treat it accordingly then?
Yeah, so they'll pay. So I remember MegaCon one year.
We're doing 90s
No, it wasn't MegaCon. Me, Jimmy, Amanda, and Dara were at some show, and we were waiting for a van to go from the hotel to the convention center. And we walked up, and the guy stopped us. Said, no. We're here for it. We're here for the convention. We're the guests. We're the comic guests of the Comic-Con. He goes, no, sorry. There's going to be a shuttle coming for you. It was a black SUV, and who comes walking out? It's Lou fucking Ferrigno.
Oh, you don't mess with Lou. You don't mess with Lou. No.
Anyway, Lou gets in that truck and he drives off. Now I'm sitting there with Jimmy and Amanda at their height of Harley Quinn and Jonah Hex and all the other stuff that they did, right? And Darwin Cook. And now we have to wait for a shuttle bus to take us with 30 other people. When here's Lou Ferrigno gets his giant Suburban or whatever, what's even bigger than that, to get him a ride to the thing. And then so I walked around, I saw Jimmy and Amanda with about 500 people on their line. And then I walked over to see Lou Ferrigno just because I want to do a test with a buddy of mine. And there's Lou by himself sitting there. And but then again, Lou's also the one that was on the NBC, morning show, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's interview Lou Ferrigno. Nobody cares. For the big Comic-Con in town, let's interview Lou Ferrigno. Art T. Bear has a funny story like that. He went, and it's I don't know. I'm getting a little frustrated.
Citizen Ronan said, remember, Art said Lou was a dick. I've heard stories about Lou being a dick.
He's a total dick.
It makes me want
to start off at the studio.
What? Where's the video?
What?
All right, let's show the video. Maybe we'll close out. Let's close out. I'm tired. I gotta get work. Deep inside of me. Yeah.
That burger was deep inside of him.
What?
Yes, David Hasselhoff on a flying sled.
What happens to your career when you do stuff like this?
I mean, he's still in really good shape for a guy his age.
Oh, he looks phenomenal.
He's a magician.
Now he's flying.
Oh yeah, there I am.
There you go.
Wow.
Let's see what strike I get for
this guy gets it, man. He totally gets it. He knows what he's doing.
He doesn't care. He
found a country that.
Dude, he was like,
why do you think the Berlin Wall fell?
Germany.
David Hasselhoff.
Look at this. He's at a fjord or something in Norway.
Who funded this? I think he paid for this himself.
I think in
he
Germany,
kickstarted this video, Billy.
Fucking star.
Yeah, he was like a huge rock star in Germany after Knight Rider.
What the fuck is that thing? What the hell was that?
This looks like German and shit, I think.
Whoa!
Dude, that was like one of the
never-ending
gaming
story.
creatures from Craxon.
He got more people to show up for a concert in Germany than Obama had show up there. I think Obama had like 250,000 people show up to see him back in like
that's right,
2010 or something. And this dude drew a bigger crowd at a rock concert. I guess you call it a rock concert.
The guy became the first living meme.
Yeah, he did.
Dude, this is a
Did you guys see Kung Fury?
This is psychedelic almost.
You got David Hasselhoff.
Two of them. I can't.
Ghost and David Hasselhoff.
I swear to God, this is probably like produced in Germany. Like some of this shit, like the forest and shit,
weird.
It looks
Like,
like
what
they're
is
kind of like in Germany.
Well, if you go back to that part with the Maasai warriors, this video has not aged well.
No, not at all. No.
It's like the first Batman, which is a total.
It's actually in horrible quality too.
God,
Yeah,
it's
he is.
bad.
Ooh,
It's
elephants.
just bad.
But he's hooked on that feeling.
Scala, you need a hat like that. You need like a canter
hat?
Australian bush hat.
Everybody.
Yeah, but you got to remember, as far as production quality, you know, this is.
What a salmon!
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, now he's chasing himself. There we go.
Everybody needs
God,
a hat.
how many
hat
hats
club. Everybody.
That's right.
Oh, that's him.
That fucking thing. What is that?
No.
Fuck that thing is.
Kind of looks like my mother-in-law.
Oh, yeah.
No, my mother-in-law is beautiful. She's a knockout.
That's the knowing look that says, "Yeah, I'm on drugs."
He's on something.
That was the producer actually that was coming through. The guy that actually made that video with Hasselhoff.
That's great.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't know if Christy told you, but we're doing a countdown for her on Friday morning on the Madness Network. So
Nice.
y'all come out and show support for Christy on her final hour.
Show some support for Christy.
Dude, share that link on Twitter and Facebook so we can share it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Tag us
always.
in it.
I
Tag us in it.
broadcast to both Twitter and in the Madness and on my YouTube channel. So
How is it broadcasting on Twitter? How's that work out?
I just pin it to the top of my
StreamYard.
top of my account while it's live, and then we usually get 20-30 viewers off Twitter, which ain't
Holy
bad
shit,
for a,
Billy, you're at 23,000.
Oh,
really?
Oh, Billy, I got to, Billy and Niall, you got to go watch this also. You say you know Rich Perota, right? You guys are friends?
I love
yeah,
Rich Perota.
yeah.
Big Mets fan. Does he have his crazy hair still?
Okay, so one of the things that I don't think we
Hold
ever.
up, Christy. Hold up. He had that big hair, but he shaved it off on my show last year during his campaign.
Yeah. So here's the thing on
his New York Mets are in first place. I'm sorry, Chrissy. Again.
No, it's okay. It's on Pops' network. What's going to happen is that Rich Perota said, "Hey, Christy, if you fund, I'll put on pasties, not shave myself or wax myself." We told him don't,
right.
and then he's going to rip off the pasties after he does his dance to Dua Lipa.
He's going to do a dance.
Have him wax his nose hairs.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God.
I really want to get a fucking.
That's mean. That's
There you
mean. First of all, if you put wax in your nose, he's gonna die. He's gonna.
No, you wax your nose. That's like a thing.
It's
That's a
everything
thing,
is
dude.
a thing, bro. Tell somebody.
That's a thing.
That is a thing. People, it's a social media trend.
Everything
Yeah, but
is a
Random
thing.
toe show, Billy.
I'm just inviting you when
You
we
got
get
your
that.
butt waxed. Did it hurt?
What's that?
When you got your butt waxed, did it hurt?
It hurt my hand when he clenched.
Oh God.
What?
Oh,
He's Nair, man.
Yeah, crooked
Nair.
finger now.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is that when we get the date down, I don't know if we're going to do it right at the party date, but if you guys want to, we'll let you know. Like
Affirmative.
I think
we'll
he
let
said
you
Sunday
know
during the
so you
draw.
can watch Rich rip them off, and I said, yeah, get isopropyl alcohol. It's like spray it on your chest too
I
afterwards.
think he said he's going to do it Sunday during the draw stream.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I mean, we will promote the hell out of it. We'll let you all know that Rich will be ripping his nipples off today on Pop's channel. Come on.
Nice.
God, I can't wait to see that.
Extra pepperoni on that pizza. Let's do it. All right, guys. Well, Billy, man, great show. Christy, thanks for popping in. TJ, it's always great to see you. Pops, thanks for coming on.
You know it.
Simon,
Can I show you
great?
one last thing before we leave? I'm
Yes,
working on a
you
little
can
something
show
I
it.
want to
Please,
show you
yeah.
guys.
Whatever you want to show.
Check this out.
And if it's
I'm
your
working on this little
pasties,
thing.
I'm down. Oh, nice.
And the reason I'm working on this
Oh, sweet.
I'm putting together a T-shirt.
People want the chest hair T-shirt.
Yeah, people were asking for a chest hair T-shirt, so I decided to go all the way. So I'm making the metallic arm on one side, rendering the chest hair, and as you saw here, it's what I'm working on.
Oh shit! I just had an idea for my next campaign. Rich Parada, like Rich Parada's nipple hairs. I'm gonna go and make a Rich Parada T-shirt because, like, with the X's like Demon Bitch.
There you go.
The red.
Yeah, right in the chest.
Reverse negative.
We were going through picking out the pasties. We found the X's and it said "fuck me" on them. We're like, yes, this one.
TJ's ordering a pair.
I'm there. Let's do it.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We're we're over 20 grand. You said
you're $23,269.
Damn,
that's on the amazing launch.
You are 8 backers away from 200. Not too shabby for 3 hours.
We're approaching. We're approaching 200 backers. Let me tell you guys. For those of you that want to be on just one platform, trust me, it's worth putting that work in. Put that extra work in. Create another campaign and reach a whole new audience. Do something. Thank you, Stipler. Thank you, bro. Like I said, put the work in, create a whole nother campaign, make a little something exclusive about it, make it a little different, make your second campaign smaller and easier than your main campaign. And look at this. This is phenomenal. This is, I didn't even know what to say. We're more than half of what we made in the last original graphic novel campaign in our first, 3 hours, Niall?
Beautiful.
Than in the entire 30 days of the last one.
I have to admit, ever since I've seen you doing this, I've been starting to think trying it myself too.
Dude, you got to do it.
Do it,
man. Like I said, sell it to Walmart, sell it to Target.
Saying it saying it since the beginning.
Yeah.
What has me so excited? What has me so excited about this book is the fact of where the story's going to go now, right? Because this is the third issue in the She Return of the Warrior saga. So now, she's back. Literally, she is back.
Yep.
And now, after this issue, like the stories that are planned in the future, I mean, guys, this is going to be unbelievable. I mean, this is going into some amazing territory.
Very violent issue. We burned the Brooklyn Botanic Gardens.
Yes. That's
Can
why.
I say that? Hello.
Hello. But I'm excited, man. This is great. This is fantastic.
And please support She, your 3-time Eisner Award loser.
Nice.
And if you got nothing else to do,
I want to get the Cromniverse up super quick.
Let's share our campaigns of our friends.
Of our friends.
Hey, Billy. Just as a point, we're halfway through the second overtime, still tied at 3.
All right, let's go Pittsburgh. Come on, go Pens.
You got the Smith in the net. I just don't know.
Goalie. Yeah, he got hurt. Your goalie. I
Jari is hurt.
That's when my phone alerted me, and I'm like, oh gosh, because I have the NHL Network.
All right, Pops, take it away.
Pops, take it away, bro.
This is an anthology with 13 different creators, a possibility of 8 Comicsgate first appearances in this anthology. It's just too many cool people. You got Lakem Amir, Brian Kriskow. Jeez, I can't even find my list. I got so much paperwork over here. It's crazy. All right, I got it. Here we go. You got Doc Blaylock, Eric Hodson, the dreaded Dinosaur Man, Anthony Romano from Dark Gift Comics, Lakem Amir, Glenn Fleming, Ryan Niswander, Daniel Monroe, Paul Gomez, Hex Allen, Allison McLuhan, Tank Ferret, Manny Soto, Edwin freaking Badillo, Specs Thompson. Too many awesome people doing too much awesome stuff. That's it. I mean, Crom is a little internet troll. He interacts on anything where he can access through the internet. He can show up there if there's been a reference to it on the internet. That means your IP, your files. Crom can corrupt them. Crom can get there. He can go inside there and mess with your day, your IP's day, your day. You never know. He takes down Brian Kriskow's whole empire. It's fun. It's totally fun. Some of the stuff I wish I hadn't seen. Doc Blaylock's story is just freaking hilarious. I wish he had never shown me the final page because I would have loved to have read that in the book. You got Blacklight Tapestries, Jim O'Reilly art, Jim O'Reilly sculptures, Rusty Gilligan, Rich Parada, Tank Barrett, Allison McGlone sketch cards. Look, it's Shay. It's Shay.
Did you say Blacklight Tapestries?
Yes, Blacklight Tapestries.
Dude, what a great fucking
right here.
And you can see that's actually the tapestry. That's the
dude.
First
That is
proof.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, that was Edwin Badillo art, man. That was going to be the back of the tarot card set. And it was like when I saw Anthony's Blacklight poster or Blacklight tapestries, I was like, no, that's going to be a Blacklight tapestry instead. It was just too good. If you saw the shoes that Mike Barron got from New Genesis Designs, he's all those shoes right there. Those Punisher shoes, those are made to be worn, Billy. You can get a pair of shoes that you can wear.
Well, heck yes, they should be made to wear.
Oh yeah, these are made to wear. You can actually like sport them around the con, bro. I'm getting me some Crom shoes right now, and he's willing to make 12 different unique pairs with unique art on each pair for this campaign. You can see the list of people involved. It's just crazy. You got 15 creators doing stories, another 8-9 people that are just throwing extra stuff in, just having fun. I want this thing to blow up, man. Like I said, for the collectible value, there could be 8 first appearances in this anthology. Comicsgate first appearances. Tank's first appearance for his character. Anthony's first appearance for a couple of his characters. Allison first appearance for a couple of her characters. It's just, you can't pass this up, man. If you're a collector, this is a book to have. What if one of these or 2 of these IPs blow up?
Mm-hmm.
They will blow up. There's going to be a whole lot of these printed. There's going to be 500 unless it really blows up. You might have 500 printed. That's just low print run for that many first appearances, man. You want to be in on that. That's all I'm saying.
Well done, brother.
The covers are awesome too. We only got 4, just 4. I'm not like doing the super variant thing, but one of them is going to be hand painted. That one right there will be hand painted on Thursday. We'll be doing that live. Daniel Monroe. You got the Dreaded Dinosaur Man cover, the Manny Soto cover, and the Eddie, the Iron Maiden tribute cover. That's the one I like. The C cover is my favorite. So go check it out, everybody.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Very cool. And if you haven't already, make sure Demon Bitch on Kickstarter. Give that a share. Same with
come on, let's get this one to 200 backers real quick.
Yes. And Tales from the Natverse #2. Make sure to check that out. And
don't forget, you get a free sketch card.
Free sketch card, people.
And Natverse 1 was a really good book, y'all. So you won't be disappointed to get on board with
And there is a catch-up tier for digital and physical.
And the thing is that people don't realize, with trading cards, when most publishers do trading cards, there's like 2,000-3,000 of them.
Oh yeah.
Of how limited they, and they're sketch cards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like shit, people, let's do this. Come on.
You get a little piece of original art worth at least between like $25-$35 for nothing. So it's like I said, I'm giving you free shipping.
These little guys right here, they sold out on the campaign. Everybody's trying to get me to ask Cindy to make more. If we get a lot closer to funded, I'll ask Cindy to make more. But right now, she's already out of pocket for ones that might not even get made. So I'm not asking her to, go buy a whole bunch more materials and then it never happened.
They don't realize how much hours it is for her to make that.
Yeah, I mean, so get us closer to funded, and then I'll ask her to make some more.
You're here.
Excellent.
All right.
All right, everyone. Well, it was great. Awesome. Launch party Kickstarter. Sakura did fantastic. 193 backers, $23,314 in the first 3 hours. That's fantastic. So we'll be live again. There's no professionals this week, right? Or are you just not on?
No, it's Cinco de Mayo, bro.
All right. We'll definitely be doing a crowdfunding comics creator power hour Thursday. I've got 5 or 6 awesome creators that want to get their stuff promoted, so we'll be.
Well, if you remember, I had a cold last week, so Debbie got my cold.
Yeah.
So if she's not, if she's still down for the count, come Thursday night, I'll be up there with you. If
All
not,
right, sounds good.
I'll be chill. I'm going to be.
If not, you'll be hammered. That's cool. You'll be trashed. Drinking margaritas out of someone's boot.
First of all, no, seriously, love you guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, everyone out there, for pledging for the campaign. I don't even have to say. I think it's a testament to our team and my wife who put together, like I said, this special campaign. You know, our Kickstarter was our main campaign, this little exclusive campaign. But holy crap, it's I'm just beside myself. But it's all smart marketing my wife's part.
I gotta know, Billy. I got one question.
Give the audience something special. That's the thing, and get it out there.
I gotta know, are Francesca and Deborah related? Because they damn sure smart like each other.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. You got Francisca. You got the four. You got Francisca Polito. You have Debbie. You have Robin Moore, and you have Vijay Iyer, Jeff Smith's wife. And they're all like brilliant girls, and they hate comics, or they don't hate them, but they're not comic people at all, and they've learned to run comics.
They are business.
Like they know more about comics or how the comics industry runs than me and Terry and Brian and Jeff will ever know.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty cool, and we've been all friends for almost 30 years. It's really been a blessing, and we all help each other out, just like the CG people do. You know, this is a great community. We got Christy, my new friend Christy, for the past 2 weeks now. Shit, we're fucking hanging, man.
I'm kind of like 2 in 1. I'm like a creator, but I have to run my own business.
Yeah, you're doing everything. You're doing everything by your.
Same here.
Just be careful, Billy, when she starts sliding into your inbox, man. Put your filters on. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I send gross shit. That's all I gotta say.
Well, I haven't read your for my pledge yet. I haven't read the letter. So
I haven't read the letter.
Well, I've been building this campaign. I was doing this campain. So
read it right now.
Well, you got a lot of catching up to do.
Like Jeff, he was doing his landing page.
Yeah, just I wonder if Jeff has his preview page up yet. All right, well, everyone, thanks so much for hanging out tonight. We'll do another crowdfunding comics.
Hey, Niall.
Creator Power Hour. What?
Oh. Don't forget also tomorrow at noon, Graham's
right.
Two-Fisted Manly Tales live on Kickstarter.
For Two-Fisted Manly Tales Kickstarter launch.
Two-Fisted giant-size Manly Tales.
Giant size.
100 pages.
That's right.
Mike Barron.
Mike. Oh, so many great creators on there. Definitely.
Yeah, lots of
good people. A ton of great creators.
Oh yeah. I can't wait.
I might go visit Kickstarter as well.
There you go.
Why not, bro? We got to
normalize it.
We have to, like I said, expand your reach.
Yep.
There you go.
All encompassing. Comics are for everyone. Remember that.
Yeah, we're supposed to sell to everybody.
Yep,
that's right.
Exactly.
Any platform.
You don't know who's going to buy it until you get it out there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Look at me. Look at that. We got almost 200 backers.
It doesn't cost nothing to set a campaign up, right?
No, just your time. Yeah.
Just your time.
Yeah.
Go do it.
It's like this, but you have to have the attitude. Your time is money. There's so many creators that I've seen that undervalue their shit so bad, and I'm like, why the fuck are you doing this?
And one thing you have to remember: if you undervalue yourself to get ahead, it's hard to raise your prices after. You might as well just shoot straight from the go. Aiming low just to get in, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, you're right, Sim. But it's tough for people like us, Christy, though, too. We undervalue. That's why my wife does that. Like commission.
What I just said.
Yeah.
I've been selling my covers for $300.
Billy, give everything away for Deborah.
You get to a point. I mean, Billy, like you and I are artists. I think I got to a point where I'm only willing to eat shit for so long.
Yeah.
And it's like you're just like, fuck this. I can go and up this a little bit. I mean, it's weird because it's like we kind of hover in between. Probably Vincent Van Gogh and Salvador Dali in personality. Salvador Dali knew he was the shit and it's like, I'm the shit. But then you had Vincent Van Gogh that knew he had talent. He knew he had passion, but he didn't know if he was the shit. So it's like, as long as we're not Vincent Van Gogh level in terms of self-esteem, I think we're good.
Or Dali, like being on social media, telling the world that you're the greatest. Because we do have some pros out there and that's what they do.
Well, I do have to appreciate Dali because he liked fucking with people. That was the best part about him.
Yeah, but he was also a phenomenal artist.
He was a character to himself.
Designer. If you look at his pencil illustrations, that fucker could draw.
Oh yeah, I have his tarot deck. Like that. When I learned how to read cards,
I learned how to read on his fucking tarot deck. You understand? Like that fucking shit is hard. Like people say, oh, let's do the Rider-Waite and shit. And me being fucking an overachieving like Asian woman, I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm just gonna learn on the fucking like weirdest deck ever.
Yeah. His Jesus on the cross.
Oh,
the above
view,
you, as if God is looking down on his son, is arguably the greatest painting of Jesus Christ ever.
I think it was like it wasn't cubism necessarily, but it was like hyper cubistic, and it was like down like this.
Yeah, but all his but he had that realistic, you know what I mean? And the flesh has got multiple colors. Like his flesh wasn't just like browns and ochres and pinks and flesh color. You know what I mean? He had purples in there and blues and greens and oranges. I mean, it's just phenomenal. Anyone out there, check out Dolly's Christ. It's phenomenal. And like I said, and it's like God looking down on his son being crucified.
I never
So
thought of it that way, but I thought it was pretty cool. It kind of reminded me of Camelot. I know you want to go to bed. I know everybody's tired, but it kind of reminded me of Camelot 3000. You know, like when Parsifal finds the cup, and then they have to like pick which one is the cross, and there's the crucifix box and some other item. And he's like about to pick the cross, and he says no, and he grabs the box, and they said, "You're right, Jesus is no longer on the cross," and the Cuban folds to show the cross, but no Jesus on it. So I thought that was kind of neat. So now, like, when you talked about the Dolly's crucifixion, I think of that, like the whole box.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it in 20 years, 25 years.
Neither have I, but yeah, I mean, it's like, as I said, it makes me think of Hellraiser now, like with the Leviathan puzzle box.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, again, thanks everyone for joining us, and we'll see you live again Thursday at 9 p.m.
Yeah, thank you all for a wonderful night. On behalf of my wife, if I may speak for her, and my whole family and all the team, thank you guys. This is, I pulled it up, and we're at 23, almost 24,000. I didn't even say. I'm just
23,000. Oh, you're 2 backers away from 200.
I think it's a testament. Fulfill your friggin' campaigns.
Really? I tell you, you got to join the comic related madness, and you got to drop that link once a day over there.
Here. All right, guys. Stay positive.
All
Peace, love, comics. Love you all. Scala, want to take us out?
Let's do it.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Later.
Hey everyone! Thank you for joining us on Pop XP. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button, and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the Pop XP, and over on Instagram at the Pop XP. Thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you soon.